I can't believe this, but I'm actually ready to go early today. I feel like normally I have maybe 15 to 20 software problems and I have to push the stream back like an hour to fix everything. But today, 7 minutes early. Pretty cool. Maybe I'll just ramble a little bit for 7 minutes while everyone waits for the official start time. I can do that. I have changed a few things with the overlay again for today's stream to address feedback and criticism that I got on the previous stream, just so everyone's aware. So let's go through, just examine some of the changes right now, and hopefully these will make things a little bit less overwhelming and a little bit easier to visually parse. In the top left, I have taken away the resets and blackouts counter by default. So right now you see the top left, it's nice and clean. There's not any clutter up there. There's not big boxes. It doesn't look weird. It doesn't look bad. One thing I didn't like the look of was when we had like 1 reset but 0 blackouts, and then it just looks like 10 if you just glance at it very quickly. That's kind of disorienting when there aren't any blackouts. But when there are blackouts, if I just show faults, then you don't know what the distribution is between blackouts and resets. And I don't like how that obscures the actual data. So I want to be able to see both, but I want to be able to see both in a dynamic way. So here's how it works. I have little toggles behind the scenes. I'll just show you quickly. This is what the overlay looks like behind the scenes for me. So I have a whole bunch of like little stuff that I can play around with to manipulate how the Pokemon's going to work, stuff like that. Also, we're going to try catching Paris today. This toggle has been here the whole time. I just haven't been catching Paris. Everyone's been criticizing my catching of Geodude because they're like, Paris can just do cut and dig, and then you get Lapras for strength and surf. Okay, today we'll do Paris. We'll see how it goes. Paris has a worse catch rate when compared with Geodude, so it's a little bit harder to catch, but it still should be fine. Okay, so what I basically do is if I increment the resets, resets now shows up in the top left so that we can see that I have 1 reset. I can have a bunch of resets, okay? Let's say I do some blackout training at the beginning of the game and I black out, let's say, 2 times to the guy inside of Brock's gym. Well, we can see blackouts in the top left now. Nice and centered, gorgeous. It says blackouts as the label, so it's clear. And then when I get a single reset, in addition to these 2 blackouts, we will see both. And then these increment independently, and if one of them is 0, it will just not be displayed. So by doing that, we have cleaned up the top left just a little bit, which was one of the pieces of criticism. Another piece of criticism was that if I show the repel counter and the bonk counter all the time, it definitely gets to be information overload in the top left. The repel counter and the bonk counter are toggles within the overlay, as I will show you right here. If you look here in the top right hand side of the overlay, there are 2 toggles for show repel counter and show bonk counter. I have not updated them, so we're going to turn them off for today. I know people are going to riot that there are no bonks in the stream. I'm sorry. But when I'm doing fully produced videos, I will just re-record the footage without the repel counter or the bonk counter. I never intend to include those 2 pieces of UI during the produced videos because they're really hard to edit around and make look good. So I like to take them out so that they're less cluttered. But I think they're interesting to see during most streams. Yeah, there's a few other things, but we're going to have to load the Charizard replay from last time to look at them, and we will do that, okay? I'll just switch over to Charizard's profile here on the overlay, and then we will... I used to make all these graphics by hand in Photoshop every time I wanted to make a video. They're auto-generated now, so this is a very fast process of just switching over. Ah, the days when I had to spend like 8 hours building an overlay every single time. Okay, we're going to find a battle. Yeah, here you can see that the bonks and the repels are not exactly in the right place. I'm going to squeeze them in beside the blackouts counter if there's only 1 blackouts or resets box visible, and then I'll have them drop down to the current position if both blackouts and resets are showing. But we can just turn them off, see? So there's no clutter if you dislike the clutter. Let's find a good battle. Yeah, okay, this is a good battle. I'm just going to stop the replay as soon as it starts. Okay, on the right-hand side of the screen, I have tried to address a bunch of the feedback that I got on the previous overlay. Everyone was saying the moves and the stats are way too small. This is the iteration. Actually, the moves and the stats, I believe, had the exact same font size that they used to have. They were just more compressed together, so it was like very visually hard to parse. I have spread everything out now. I have moved the stats and made them larger and changed the arrangement of the stats within their little boxes, but they are still laid out in the same way that they are in the bottom left. So HP and speed are in the top row, then the attacking stats are in the middle row, and on the bottom row we have defense and critical hit rate. Also, I have joined the outspeed, speed tie, underspeed, those kind of things. I have joined that with a little UI box to the speed box, and I have now colored it in a way that displays for colorblind people. I did get some feedback about colorblindness, and I also was discussing behind the scenes with some people things that might work for colorblind people. I just didn't implement it for the last stream, so fair feedback. In this case, it's going to be blue if we outspeed, yellow if we speed tie, and red if we are going to get outsped by the opponent. I kind of like that also, blue, yellow, red. It's all the Pokemon games from the first generation, so I guess it's kind of thematic. In my mind, green is always better for yay, it's a good thing. But blue also works. I think it also differentiates it visually from the other stats. So pretty good. Then you can just glance over the side right now. I'm seeing 5 Pokemon with blue, so I know I'm outspeeding her entire team. But we can go within Game Hook, or Pokebite, I guess. And I'm just gonna go in there and I'm going to edit my speed so you can see what happens when the speed changes. This setting that shows if you outspeed or not is dynamic. It will update based on what the value of your Pokemon is at this exact moment. So I'm going to drop my speed down to 111, and now you can see that Jinx outspeeds me. So it has turned red over there. I'm going to drop my speed down now to 87, so it is a speed tie with the Cloyster, and now you can see Dugong outspeeds, Cloyster is a speed tie, and Jinx also outspeeds, and I outspeed both the Slowbro and the Lapras. Hopefully that's good. Now, in order to, I also added the level for each one of the Pokemon, and I split it off from the Pokemon's species name. I put it in a little box above the outspeeds. Basically, if I put the outspeeds in the entire box up there, it looks too big. It looks like there's too many rows and columns. There's too much parallelism within the stats and the moves. So from a design perspective, it doesn't look very good. I needed one thing to sort of give a sense of asymmetry to some extent to that element visually, otherwise it just didn't look great. So that's why the level is split off and put over there. For future games, we can also use that box for things like Held Item. So it'll have utility later if I continue to use this visual layout. And then, of course, the crit rate will just become the special defense, and then the defenses are in a row, the attacks are in a row, and the weird stats, HP and speed, are both in the top row. I know people hate it that speed isn't the last thing in the list, but like, it's never going to be last thing in the list anymore for my stats. If you look on Pokemon Home, they always line up HP and speed, they line up the attacks, and they line up the defenses. I'm taking that convention directly from Game Freak and using it for these videos, but in a vertical format instead of a horizontal format. Sorry. I know it frustrates people that speed's not last like it is on websites like Bulbapedia. I totally hear that, and I get it. The one thing we did give up for this layout to look the way it does with the enemy Pokemon is we no longer have effective power for the enemy moves. This is something I never look at when I'm playing the solo challenges. People haven't wrote a lot of messages in the chat and stuff saying it's really important. There isn't space for it with this layout without compressing the sprite over to the left, and that it just generally doesn't look very good. What I intend to do eventually is I will be removing the stats. For first playthroughs, this will be the layout. For second playthroughs, I will remove the stats. I will show only a speed tie comparison, and then I will show the moves with their exact damage ranges for all the opponent's Pokemon. That'll be for follow-up runs, but I'm not going to do that for first playthroughs because I think it spoils some of the excitement. But for second runs, I think it makes sense that we get as much data as possible. And in that case, for a second run, we don't need to like glance over and go like, what's their attack stat? It just doesn't really matter. I might put modifiers somewhere so that I can see if I've lowered their attack or something like that, but there'll be two different ways to display the enemy Pokemon. Either damage ranges or like this without any effective power or damage ranges for the enemy's moves. There is one last thing that I want to address on the overlay before we actually get into me playing the game and talking about Blastoise. That's in the bottom left. I have received feedback and criticism that it is a bit too cluttered now that the moveset is down there. I personally agree with this. In comparison with everything else that I've done, all the changes that I've updated since the Charizard stream, I think that the bottom left is by far the weakest part of this overlay just because of the clutter. I am going to work to visually differentiate the moveset from the stats. I think it's possible to do it without moving the moveset back above Charizard, like above where the Pokemon's art is. But if I have to do that, it's not the end of the world. I think that overall, I will be able to fit in all of these elements without losing too much space. So, yeah, there's two different ways that I can see resolving this problem. I'm going to try both of them in like a test. Then when I figure out which one I think is best, I'll implement it, and then we'll do another stream with the new layout, and you can let me know what you think. Again, let me know what you think of this current layout in the comments. Anyone that have any feedback that I get, I will address or try to address, unless it's something I've already considered and chosen an alternative for. Okay, we're going to switch back over to Blastoise now. And when I click New Run, boom. Oh, by the way, here, inspiration, J-Rose. I asked Snowy to implement a thing within Super Shocky to allow me to change the colors. So it is possible for me to change the colors now, but yeah. If we hate this, I can turn it off right now. So let me know if you hate it right now, then I'll just change it. I'm going to quickly read chat, then we'll get going. I think Blastoise needs to be a bit smaller. No, that's way too small. His tail has to be equidistant to his hand. There we go. Now it looks good. Would you consider doing an ultimate team run for the last hurrah of the series? I'm not sure what you mean by an ultimate team. I'm going to do like the ultimate solo mon, Mewtwo, as the last one. I'm intending to do it at last in both red and blue and in yellow. I was considering doing it first in red and blue, but then I felt like that would spoil the yellow run too much. This is a silly question, but why the difference with moveset location for Gen 3 Plus? I understand vertical. Yeah, it's that the Gen 3 aspect ratio, if I make... so I always want to integer scale the game so that none of the pixels are getting blurry. So it always has to be an exact integer multiple of the Game Boy resolution that it is natively. So there are two different integer scales of the Game Boy Advanced screen that work well for a 1080p canvas. I'm going to get this wrong, but I believe it's like 4 times and 5 times, or 5 times and 6 times. With 6 times, there is almost no dead space on the right and left side, so I couldn't display things like in-depth move pool or in-depth stats. So then I had to go to 5 times integer scale, but that leaves tons of empty space in the vertical dimension around the top of the game area and the bottom of the game area. And the only thing that I could find that would satisfy the design of the overlay well was filling that dead space with some kind of UI component or element. So I decided to put the moveset underneath the game area, which is similar to where the moveset appears when you're in battle. When you open, like say, the fight menu, it appears on the bottom portion of the screen, and the moves are laid out in a 2x2 grid. So I figured that I would just basically replicate that design choice underneath the game screen. I have another idea what I could fill that space with and then go to this kind of thing, but I like the direct one-to-one visual relationship between how you select the moves. So in Gens 1 and 2, it's a list of 4 moves. In Gens 3 and 4, it is a 2x2 grid. So I want to kind of reflect that on the overlay so that if you're playing or I'm playing, I know where the move is that I want to use. Instead of having to go, oh, it's slot 3. That's like the top right coordinate within the table that I'm going to be selecting in game. That's just like, it's a little bit of extra work my brain has to do every time I select a move, which is going to exhaust me when I play like hundreds of these runs. This is why we're doing stream highlights, because I like to ramble and talk about these things, and there's lots of details to go through, and I don't like skipping over details. I like the idea of changing the palette, but this palette is atrocious. I'm trying to use this, like, the reason I went with this palette is because I'm trying to get a similar palette to what Blastoise is. Some people like it. I'm digging it. Would have been deeper blue. It looks... I think it looks kind of bad. Well, we'll try this palette for today, and if we hate it, well, we'll just switch it later. It is not easy for me to switch the palette. So either it's this one or the red one we've been using before. That's it. Wait. I'll make a poll. Here. You can decide about the palette. Old, red, green, colors, new, Blastoise, themed colors. Which colors? Vote! Here we go. This is democracy. We'll have to vote on overlay elements and stuff like that eventually. Oh, new Blastoise themed colors. They're taking the lead. Mid-80s, 83%. Okay. The red colors are fighting back now. We're under 80%. Oh yeah, let's talk about that while we do the poll. We'll switch over to the tier list. Here's the progress through Pokemon Red. We have ranked 7 out of 151 Pokemon. I am going to complete this tier list this year. It is going to take so much work, roughly 2 to 3 of these streams every week for the remainder of the year. I'm going to have to squeeze in more because I'm going to go on vacation at some point, so it's going to be a wild ride. If we look at the results we have so far, Charizard got a time. 38 minutes and 27 seconds. I think it's going to be rough and very hard for Blastoise to beat that today. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Venusaur, on the other hand, got 42 minutes and 35 seconds. I don't think that Blastoise is going to have a hard time beating this. As we have seen, someone made a comment that I thought was really key. In Red and Blue version, it seems like all of the trainers that were difficult or have been historically difficult in Pokemon Yellow are kind of defanged. Let's go through some brief examples. Surge is worse, which is amazing. Bruno is worse, which is also amazing. Lance is worse because he spams agility and barrier against Pokemon that are poison and fighting types. Lorelei is worse because her Slowbro doesn't have Psychic and it spams Amnesia against poison and Psychic types. Agatha is more random. She's probably a little bit better in this game, but not that much better to make her like... I don't know. I think she's going to be more problematic for some Pokemon and less problematic for other Pokemon. She has Hypnosis on the first Gengar. That's annoying. Blaine is so much worse in this game. Koga is so much worse in this game. Sabrina is worse in this game. Although I did get one comment, someone saying that he thinks Sabrina is the best major battle in Red and Blue of the gym leaders. I don't agree with that right now, but I may be proven wrong throughout this series. We will have to see. I'll have to change the bottom tier here to a hiker tier. Am I gonna do custom colors for all the Pokemon you run? No, I don't want to do custom colors. I want to do the mixed color palette from the Super Game Boy for as many Pokemon as possible. I'm just gonna be consistent and do... Okay, we're gonna do the Blastoise themed colors today, sorry. If you want something else, that's what we're running today. By the way, I can just refilm this with the old colors if I want. So, long term, it's not a problem for the final video. I probably will refilm it with the regular colors for the final video. I have to do that anyways. These streams are in 60 FPS, and I do all my editing in 240 FPS. So, gotta refilm. Okay, let's talk about Blastoise as a Pokemon before we get into this play. I've rambled long enough. Base stats, 79 HP, 83 attack, 100 defense, 78 speed, giving it a 15.23% chance to crit in Generation 1. It has a special stat of 85. In terms of move pool, we start with Tackle, Tail Whip, Bubble, and Water Gun. Then through level up, we only get one useful move, Withdraw. Skull Bash does not increase defense in Generation 1. Withdraw is going to be helpful because it helps us badge boost, and unlike both Charizard and Venusaur, Blastoise does not get access to Swords Dance, which is definitely a downside, but it gets a lot of other good TMs. Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Body Slam, Takedown, Double Edge, all of the normal stuff that you would expect. Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Ice Beam, and Blizzard. As a water type, these make sense. It also gets the fighting type moves, but those won't be useful. It gets the ground type moves. I think that both Earthquake and Dig are going to see extensive play throughout this run. Beyond that, probably not going to be using stuff like Reflect, Rest, but I do think that I will be using Surf today. I don't think that Blastoise's move pool is diverse enough to avoid Surf because there's no move deleter. Yeah. Blastoise with Fire Blast, yeah. If Charizard gets Blizzard, then Blastoise should get Fire Blast. Actually, thinking of it, thematically, like, it kind of makes sense that Blastoise might get Fire Blast. It has cannons. I could see, if they had given it Fire Blast, immediately there's a reason that it makes sense. It can shoot water or it can shoot fire out of its cannons. Why wouldn't it be able to do that? They could be steam cannons. It has Blast in its name. Fire Blast. It should get all the blasts. It should get Blast Burn too. Exactly. Let's just give it all of the, like, a Flash Cannon. It should get that. Yeah, does it get Flash Cannon? I don't know. I don't know enough about Gen 4. Okay, let's get into it. By the way, I made all these Pokemon that scroll in the intro be specific species. They are all the Pokemon that have performed quite well in Generation 1, or I expect to perform quite well in Pokemon Red and Blue. So that's why it's like Victreebel and Poliwhirl and Articuno and stuff. These are not the normal species that show up during the intro. Okay. This is Pokemon Red with only Blastoise. Oh, that was good execution. Oh my gosh. S tier scroll, exactly. I have to take the middle Pokeball. That's the one that's regularly Blastoise. No nickname. I'm uncreative. I don't force myself to nickname my Pokemon anymore. I used to get really anxious about giving them a dumb nickname and like a funny nickname, and then I'm just like, I'm actually not funny. I'm just not going to try. If I have a funny idea, I'll use it, but other than that, I'm just not going to nickname them. Okay, we're going to compare splits with Charizard's first playthrough. Hilariously, Charizard actually tied Venusaur for first playthrough results, so this is comparing all three of the starters. This does feel like a J-Rose video now with the colors. I'm loving Daily January so far. Didn't I miss yesterday? I don't think I put out a video yesterday. Or was yesterday? No, yesterday was the Charizard highlight stream, I guess. And then tomorrow will be the highlight run of this. Oh, I remembered not to go to the mart. Okay, we're going to go minimum battles for Brock because we're Blastoise. Do I need to explain? Also, there are tiles in the forest that don't give encounters. This is red version. It's weird. Got back from Sprigatito Community Day just a few moments ago. Cheers to all who celebrate. Thanks for the $10, Stacy. The fact that Blastoise starts with Water Gun and not just Bubble is so nice. There we go. I think we can bubble the juice. Oh, I thought the bubble was going to knock it out. Never mind. A Water Gun hit definitely here in case it bides. Oh, well, we just one-shot. Level 11. This is the medium slow growth rate. It's so good in the early game. 42 seconds faster than Charizard in this split. That makes sense because Charizard wastes time in the early game. Fighting some bug catchers. We will do like that. I don't know if we need potions with Blastoise. I'm just going to buy some, but it's pretty good defensively. I don't expect to have too many problems with it, unlike Venusaur in the early game, which was not fun. Make sure you grab TM12. I'm sure it'll be invaluable. I know, right? Thanks, Scott. Love Gen 1 stuff. I know everyone loves Gen 1 stuff. Like, my audience is mostly my age. I got some pushback on that last time I mentioned it on stream. People were like, I'm sure that your audience is actually really young. No. It's like, I think 90% of my audience is over 24. And like 70% of my audience is between 24 and 34. I have the YouTube analytics. Like, I'm literally looking at the stats. I don't know. There's like... Yeah, anyways. I know the stats. Yeah, we're all Pokemon boomers. Oh, there's someone 19 here. That's cool. It's good there's some. Okay, we just ran out of water guns. If only we could use the TM to replenish water gun, then we could skip the center, but that's just... We're just going to heal. It's fine. Catch us a Spearow. Okay, we should run into a Paris here at some point. And if we don't, then I have to fix the programming. Simple. We're gonna get Mega Punch. Looks like I have to fix the programming. In the place of Tail Whip. I will fight the Hiker because he's such fast experience when you're using a water type Pokemon. I wonder why Paris isn't showing up. Oh, Mega Punch had a 42% chance to knock that out. I'm gonna two-shot this. Okay, no problems here. That was one of the early game bosses for Venusaur. Oh my god, it was so frustrating. Nope, okay. No, I wasn't looking for Jesse and James there. I was looking to see if the Paris would show up. Giving it a little bit more, a few more steps. But no. I don't think we need to save, but I will. Misty is different. Her Starmie does not have Harden in this game. Ooh, I am really liking the right-hand side here. Can we stop missing 3 in a row on Mega Punch? At least the Starmie can't Harden and increases its defensive stats. She does have good AI, so you can see here she's just attacking with Tackle, because she doesn't have access to Harden. So that makes her, I think, actually a little bit more challenging in Red and Blue with Pokemon like water types. I assume this is going to be fine by Mega Punch, so I'm not going to save. Oh, that did not do as much of the... Oh, no. No! Okay, it looks like I have to adjust where the accuracy pops up if I don't have any resets. Fix that for next time. Rattata, 1 critical hit. Alright, please, Bulbasaur, don't get... Oh, I just keep missing. Crit. Nice. Easy. I should have taught Bubble Beam. I just forgot to teach Bubble Beam. That's the whole reason you fight Misty first, is to get Bubble Beam. Yeah, Bide strats are always good against Misty when you're a water type. I could have just unlearned Tackle. It doesn't matter. Bubble Beam has so much PP. Bubble Beam has 20 PP. Why does Vine Whip have 10? Can we just, like, spend a moment and reflect on that? What is going on, Game Freak? Dylan. I'm glad you've been enjoying these streams. I've been enjoying them too. I'm having so much fun with this year. So, if you're wondering, why are you streaming so much? Why are you making so many highlight videos? Why are you making so many produced videos? How have you been doing this all recently? I have wanted to do this for 3 years, but my voice has been like sickly. And when I talk for 15 minutes, I get my voice completely blown out and then I can't make the actual video that's the release for this week. Behind the scenes, I always prioritize the produced videos over everything else. So when my voice isn't feeling good, there's no streams that happen. Well, my voice is better now. And I literally recorded an entire voiceover for a produced video earlier today. Then I spent like 2 hours prepping the stream, and now we're in the stream, and I'm fine to talk through it. Before, if I did like a 4-hour stream, I would need like 5 days to recover before I could record the next video. It was rough. Bite? Yeah, sure, and place tackle. Yeah, I'm convinced, Syntha? I'm convinced that they switched the palettes. Or switched the PP for Absorb and Vine Whip. I think that's the only, like, acceptable answer. Oh, escape rope. Yes. Perfect. You said it at the right time. Now I see it. See? This is about a 5-second time save. It's not huge, but it does help. Secret power is Seismic Toss in this game. That's the Pokeball behind the tree. You very rarely need it in... Very rarely need it in this game. Really only with like fighting types or Pokemon that can only deal damage to ghosts with Seismic Toss because it's a fixed damage move. Pikachu, it helps. It helps some electric... Like, yeah, Pikachu, because the self-destructing hiker in Rock Tunnel is kind of a nightmare if you don't have it, but... I think Blastoise will have a faster time than Venusaur. I think it's going to be Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. I think that's going to be the ranking. Blastoise is going to be just a little bit slower because it has to rely on... Oh my gosh, can I just get it out? If Blastoise is gonna be a little bit slower because it has to rely on Withdraw for badge boosts instead of Swords Dance. Of course, Swords Dance is just faster in terms of setup. We don't need to heal though. Blastoise feels quite good in the early game, which is very similar to Charizard, unlike Venusaur. Venusaur has been the only run I've done in Red so far where the early game has felt hellish. Don't worry, we're going to play other things like Tauros. I'm really looking forward to electric types, fire types, and poison types doing so much better in this game because there's just like no Pokemon that have Earthquake on their set. That's a big difference between this game and Yellow. Like, the champion doesn't have Sandslash, and the Rhydon has only normal moves. Oh, he potioned. That rarely happens in Yellow. This is a 2-hit on the Ivysaur. Also, this Ivysaur sprite I really like. It looks so sassy. I don't know why. It's recording Rival 4 split in the wrong place. I'll have to look into that later. It's got to do with it's a naming convention issue. No. Ah, quick attack became potion with +1 priority. Yeah. Do we have a cutter? Not yet. We have to get one. Uh-oh. There we go. Oddish is really easy to catch. That's why I prefer it over the Paris. And you have to go through that grass anyway. I'm going to teach dig now. I put it off. You don't really, like, I didn't really need it before this Mega Punch. Bye-bye. Should probably heal before Surge. Let me know if the audio sounds better today. In making the highlight videos, I've noticed that the audio doesn't sound very good for these streams. I actually went out and bought a new audio interface to try and resolve the problem that I was having. We actually outspeed the Raichu. This is the thing about Surge having lower level Pokemon. In Yellow version, we would not have outsped the Raichu, but in Red and Blue, we do. So in the early game, despite what I said about Charizard, and well, more what I said about Charmeleon when doing the Yellow video, despite what I said about the fire types, Blastoise is shredding through the early game faster. And look at that, I remember Dig inside of the Pokefan Club. If you forget the escape rope inside of Bill's house, it's better to use the escape rope in Bill's house so your inventory is less clogged, and then you can't accidentally use it later, like during Victory Road. I'll just save. The audio sounds great, Scott. Okay, good. Another thing is, like, I was recording these videos, I had one of the tracks selected incorrectly, so I wasn't getting the music in post. So every time I retimed the voiceover for the stream highlights videos, I would also cut the music, which doesn't sound very good. I'm going to have more control over that doing the edit for this highlight reel. This is a lot less painful on the eyes. The previous red color I had in here was just atrocious. When using stat boosting moves like Swords Dance or Agility, does it show the boost to stats in game? Yeah, it shows it. It shows it in the software I use, but not in game. If you look at the summary screen, you will not see the stat changes. But every value that's showing on screen is dynamically connected to the game's RAM here, so you'll be seeing the updates in real time when they happen. If something looks weird, it's because the game is doing something weird, not because the overlay is wrong. Well, it should be at least. That's the intended purpose. Okay, self-destructing hiker. He's simple. Obviously, spam Bubble Beam. Easy peasy. Any reason for red instead of blue? Yeah, I'm going to play both of them. And I have other plans for blue. Red is easier to market. It comes first. I don't know. Blue is actually slightly faster to speedrun because Sandshrew is available. So you get another HM user that you can catch in Mount Moon, or around Mount Moon. I don't think I need the max ether. I've been learning that in these red runs. Typically when I pick it up, I'm just like, why did I get that? And then I never use it, and it just clogs up my inventory because you only have 20 slots for everything. I have not mentioned what my blue plans are, and it will continue to be a mystery. Sorry. Okay. I love how you have the summary videos. Okay, I'm good you're liking that format. It doesn't perform nearly as well with the YouTube algorithm, but I want to learn to edit that format well. I don't know why I'm getting this. I haven't got that in a while in red version. You don't really need it. You can just skip the PP up items. Unless you have a Pokemon that's going to rely on a lot of like Fire Blast or something. Blizzard. I don't think we're going to rely on Blizzard for this. Guys, Ice Beam should be powerful enough and Lance is bad. We might need Mimic, but I think Mimic is a lot better in yellow than it is in red and blue. Because the enemy movesets in red and blue are just atrocious. So why would you take their moves? You'll have better moves already. Primary damage. I don't think we need speed. That might come back to get me later. We'll see. Yeah, of course I'm going to teach Surf Ike. You need a lot less, like, flexibility during battles. Because the enemy movesets are bad. Now we're going to teach Ice Beam. Ice Beam in the place of Body Slam. Oh yeah, we could probably, yeah, Mimic. Gonna need Mimic for Lorelei's Amnesia. Yeah, sure. It's a good idea. Ice Beam for Pidgeotto. Ice Beam for Gyarados. Bubble Beam for Growlithe. Dig is my physical move. Good against the Kadabra. Ice Beam gives me coverage against grass types. I could probably fight Erica now, but I'll just put her off for a bit. No reason to be risky and fight her early on with a water type. Should have done this earlier. This will be fine because we have Dig. Blastoise is steamrolling the game. Oh my gosh, it's doing really well. This Ghastly sprite is terrible. Looks so bad. He has no body. Normally he's a nice little ball, but not in this sprite. He's just like a cloud of gas. An electron, what is it called? Dispersion pattern or whatever it is? I forget, from physics. University physics. That was my option. Did philosophy, physics, and planetary science for options. I only had to do 3 options in university to get my music degree. Electron cloud, maybe that's what it is, yeah. This Drowsy sprite's pretty good. Front sprite for Drowsy. Pretty good. So this is the big difference between yellow and red and blue. Up to this point in yellow, we would have experienced at least one location of hardship. I am 100% sure of that. But in red and blue, everything has just felt smooth. Yeah, Blastoise is cooking. I think that that's what the kids say these days. Go. I don't think we need to fight optional trainers on Cycling Road. I would never do that in a first playthrough of Yellow. Ever. I would also get the Hideout Rare Candy, even with Blastoise. Yeah, we could fight the biker boss. I skipped him now. It's fine. Huh. Juggling. Okay. We're gonna level up. It's fine. Disabled dig. Okay, fine. Right before the Kadabra. Bye-bye. Still disabled. Freeze. Yeah. I think if you look hard enough, you'll be able to figure out what my plans for blue are. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, that was the first sketchy fight of the run. Now the invisible walls really... Yeah, they do. Okay, Koga, here we go. Dig on the coughing, he X attacks. Bubble Beam to knock it out. Muck, which looks great on the overlay, especially the pink against the blue for the overlay color with Blastoise. Level 36, coughing number 2. Dig, finish with Bubble Beam after X attack. Finally, Wheezing, which self-destructs while I'm using Dig. Easy. Get Surf before Koga. Pfft. Let's not play overly safe now. I'll get this Carbos. Maybe I won't actually, sorry. Protein. Delay Erica, you think? Yeah, I think so. I think Rival 5-0 next. This is the proper Rival 5-0 because we're in red and blue. Okay, Surf. Oh, we can't get that. Pop, pop, pop. Tricky. By the way, I'm like all snuggled up right now. I got like a blanket over my legs. I got big slippers on, and I have a Gengar hoodie. It's like an Udi or whatever it's called. That my sister-in-law? Yeah, sister-in-law, I think. I think that's the proper term. Anyways, my wife's sister got me for Christmas. It's very, very, very warm, but it's super cold here in Canada right now. Oh, I didn't want to fight this guy. Well, whatever. It's fine. Oh. Oh, Magneton, good front sprite. Look at that front sprite. That is not the Magnemite. The Magneton is really good. Churro is hanging out with my wife today. Today is my wife's first day back at work. So Churro is hanging with her. And I'm alone. Up here. But I have all of you. Okay, Blastoise is like destroying the game. Oh my gosh. You have a wife? I do. She was my girlfriend when the channel started. But now she's my wife. She went through the awkward middle stage of fiance for a bit. Okay, here we go. 5-0. Pidgeot is first, obviously. Ice Beam. Quick Attack. That actually did a decent amount of damage. Gyarados is next. We're going to Ice Beam this thing. Hopefully freeze it along the way. Its bites are doing decent amounts. 5 hits. That's not great. We level up and outspeed the Alakazam right before it comes in. And then it just uses Disable and fails. Okay, Venusaur. Ice Beam. Not one hit, and then it just Leech Seeds and we win. Well, he didn't perform very well. What happens in red and blue? It's just like the trainers just perform terribly. They have their level up moves. That's it. Oh, yeah, Lapras, thank you. This is the Pokemon Yellow muscle memory. Yeah, might want to, yeah. I don't think Blastoise will need, like, candies later on, so I think candying before that fight in subsequent runs is probably going to be the safer play. There is an outspeed icon now. It just got moved. It is now above the stats. I reordered that side. Go back to the beginning of the stream and watch through my explanation of everything. I tried to address a bunch of feedback and comments that I got about the overlay and things that weren't particularly working well. I just always assume that what I'm currently doing is not the optimal way to do things, and then I try to improve from there. So every time I get feedback, no matter how emotionally discomforting it is for me, is that a word? Emotionally uncomfortable it is for me, I try and just like think on it for a while and then eventually implement. We should be fine against Erica now. Blastoise is level 41. I believe that this will be more than enough. Erica's team, Victory Bell, Ice Beam, 91.3% chance to one hit, and then a guarantee on both the Tangela and the Vileplume, who is tipping her hat to everyone. Thanks for that comment, by the way. That's really what it looks like. I tip my hat to you. Yeah, the Tangela set is bad. Yeah, well-timed Erica fight, especially with the damage range there. Why can Lapras get strength? No one knows. Very strange. Are faults somewhere to see? No, because there are no faults. I removed them by default. They only show up once they start being relevant right now. I wondered if this would be an issue, if people would be like, wait, I can't see the number of resets. It's like there just are no resets. Because Blastoise is an absolute beast. I'm going to pick up Blizzard. Maybe we need damage ranges because we're getting through this at such a low level. Also, playing this game makes me realize why everyone criticizes me for not doing minimum battles in yellow. It's like, you play this game and you're like, oh, you just minimum battles every run. Like the last 3 that I've done, I think I could do all of them with minimum battles and not have that many problems. There are upsides to doing extra battles with both Charizard and Venusaur, but with Blastoise, this is the first Pokemon where it's like, we could just skip everything. You forgot Blizzard? I don't think I forgot Blizzard. No, it's right there. Don't lead me astray. Every time I listen to the chat, I'd make bad choices like skipping rest. Never again. Okay, Blaine. The worst trainer in Red and Blue. Guaranteed 1 hits on all of his 3 first Pokemon and then a 2 hit on the Arcanine. What's it gonna do? Use Super Potion? Yep. Good job, Blaine. Alright, back to Sabrina now. We will get Mimic. I don't have enough space. Pokeballs, go away. This is why you don't pick up the Max Ether. And why you get rid of the escape rope as soon as you can. Okay, Sabrina. Let's see if she's actually good in this game. I don't think she is. Kadabra's first. Dig, 1 hit. Mr. Mime's next. Dig. 2 hit. Oh, set up Light Screen. I'm gonna go for Dig. Light Screen doesn't apply to all of her Pokemon, by the way. Okay, Venomoth, terrifying. It's a grass type. It actually paralyzed me. Oh my gosh, Leech Life. Look at how much damage. Alakazam is last. Maybe she's gonna get me. Oh. She did. First reset. There's the resets, top left. You see? The Venomoth. It was too much. Grass Electric type. Terrifying. Kadabra. Mr. Mime. Let's just surf. I'm gonna Ice Beam the Venomoth in case it freezes. Oh, I just missed Stun Spore. Alright. Oh, that Psywave did a lot of damage. That was a good Psywave for once. Okay, there we go. Sabrina's defeated. Maybe with some Pokemon, Sabrina's going to be difficult, and with other Pokemon, she's going to be easy. The main reason you struggle against Sabrina in Yellow version is you don't outspeed her Pokemon. But in Red and Blue, that's less of an issue because the Alakazam is 7 levels lower. But maybe the issue here is that she just has more Pokemon and it takes a while to knock them out if you have special moves. The Dig Paralysis glitch gets like, the comments literally riot if I use it. So I don't think I should use it in this series. I'm probably just going to ban it in this series to be as fair as possible because I have learned that people really hate it. And I saw a run that I think Smash Math did with Pidgey that's like, oh, that's a mistake. With Smash Math, he did like a 55-minute Pidgey run. I want to do one of those this year just to prove how broken the glitch is. Alright, we're not saving before Giovanni. This fight's a joke. Giovanni is so terrible in Yellow. Okay, Rhyhorn, Dugtrio, Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Their best move is Body Slam and Thrash. What? Rhydon's moveset makes no sense. Stomp, Tail Whip, Fissure, Horn Drill. Awful. He's defeated. Aren't there some Pokemon that'll need it? No. You underestimate how... You overestimate the trainers in Red and Blue. Yeah, I can explain the glitch. When you use Dig, you go underground and it sets an invulnerability flag, which basically says, like, you're underground now. Then, if you're paralyzed while you're underground, you go out of the underground state and Dig ceases to be executed, so you're basically, like, back to the choosing your move screen, but the invulnerability flag is erroneously not reset. So you're still invulnerable, but you're above ground and you can choose other moves. As long as you don't use Dig again and successfully attack with it, you will always be invulnerable. The only move you can get hit by is Swift, Bide, and like, there's one other move I think that deals direct damage. But basically you can't get hit by anything. That was a good crit. Uh-oh. Oh. Maybe Rare Candy's here. Because the Alakazam. Let's do it now. Psywave. Psywave is the other move, yes. Yeah, 53 now. Yes, Zellspawn, we're thinking the same thing. I finished using the candies and then looked down and saw you had written 53. Body Slam would be slightly helpful here for the Gyarados, I think. You can paralyze it, but it's annoying having to knock it out with Ice Beam. Okay, Ice Beam the Alakazam in case of freeze, because then it's free. Uh-oh, confusion, frozen. Well, we should be good as long as we snap out. Yeah, we did. Venusaur is Vine Whip, but we survive. Nice, 8 hit points. Yeah, you say it should be allowed, but then you just realize that you can get paralyzed once in the run and then never cure it with any bad Pokemon, and then that becomes the ideal way to play every fight from then on with minimum battles. Like, looking at this Pidgey result made it very clear to me that every Pokemon that's bad, that gets times like over an hour, should just use this strategy. Then it's not fun anymore. I don't know, I just gotta use something. Look at our time. Look at our time. This is a first playthrough. This is a first playthrough. This would be like impossible in yellow. My first Blastoise playthrough in yellow is gonna be like, well, it's gonna be like, I don't know, 43 minutes or something. I think getting like a 42 or 41 minute time with Blastoise first in yellow is going to be challenging. But I think we might do sub 40 right now. Depending on how Lorelei is. Lorelei is going to take a long time and likely be a little bit rough. I think for Lorelei we unlearn Ice Beam and then we do use Blizzard for Lance. I think that's how it is. We have Surf for the Aerodactyl, so that should be fine. Oh yeah, you can still get resets though, but it's not like... But like, just the problem is that every Pokemon's gonna do it. It's like double team. Like, well, we can win now. Every battle is now possible that we have double team. Unless there's weather, and then Blizzard bypasses accuracy checks, which is why Heart Gold is interesting. Even though a lot of Pokemon are gonna need level 100 to beat that game. I just did voiceover for another Heart Gold video. Pidgeot. That one should be coming out in a couple days. We gotta edit it first. Okay, we're 54 now. That is an ideal level to start the league at for level ups. Mimic. We have a little bit too much experience, but I think it should be fine. We're gonna put Mimic in the place of Ice Beam. We have not had to use Withdrawal once for badge boosts. Maybe we will not need badge boosts, but I think we are gonna need them here for the Dugong. Oh, it's spamming. Okay. Alright, it likes to use Growl a lot. Do we 3-hit with Surf? Yeah, we do, with a crit. Surf is actually quite good against Cloyster because it's has low special even though it's a water type. And then we Mimic Amnesia. We set this up. And we get badge boosts from Growls. And we get a ridiculous special stat. And then we sweep with Surf. Oh, this is going well. This is going well. I think we're gonna be slightly over 40 minutes, but it's gonna be a great first playthrough time. Unless we like hit ourselves in confusion a million times against the Lapras. No, we're good. Dominant. Okay, this guy. One hit Onyx. Hitmonchan. One hit Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee. one hit with Surf. Onyx, one hit with Surf. Final Pokemon Machamp, it's going to take two. What a goofy sprite, by the way. It's going to take 2 hits. Yeah, simple. Level 56. Agatha's next. We are not faster than the final Gengar, I don't think, but it should be okay. I don't know if it makes sense to badge boost once here. Oh, that was a good switch. And then into Supersonic, like, well played. Wow. At least I'm not getting hypnosised. See, the Gengar has 46 speed and I have 42. But 142, 146. Yeah, easy. Level 57. Agatha's defeated. Do we go to 60 here? Or save a candy for the champion so we can badge boost? I don't know. I don't know what's more helpful. Seems like we might not need withdraw. Reflecting on this run, it's like you don't actually need badge boosts with Blastoise. It's just that good. Which is hilarious. Alright, Blizzard, here we go. Yeah, the champion's really bad. I know. So we're gonna have to Blizzard down the Gyarados, but then hopefully we have enough Blizzard PP to just knock out. Well, we're kind of out now. I'm gonna dig this Dragonair. It's terrible. Look at its moves. It's just spamming agility. Like, so bad. Then we'll Surf the Aerodactyl, which is 2 speed faster and crits. Wow. That's a reason to badge boost. Twice. No, we missed the Blizzard. Now we have no health. Having one more PP up would be helpful. I should have got the one on Cycling Road. Uh-oh, I used all my Blizzards. I don't have any for the Dragonite, so I have to use Surf. This is not good. Is it just going to miss all its Hyper Beams and Slams? Looks like it. Looks like it. Lance is bad. What was that? Oh my gosh. Lance is awful. Okay, fine. Ta-da. We're not going to do under 40 minutes, but this is going to be a great first playthrough. Pidgeot, Blizzard. Look at that animation. Look at, oh, we didn't KO. I thought for sure we were going to get bad Pidgeot sprite as well. Dig for Alakazam. Oh, it's faster. Oh, we're speed tied actually. Thanks, speed tie thing on the side that's yellow. Right on, Surf. Blizzard the Gyarados, we still gotta do this. It's not fun. I don't want to run out of Blizzards and then not knock out the Venusaur. That would be a tragedy. Please don't miss. Blizzard has 90% accuracy in Gen 1 though, so we miss. And we get crit by Razor Leaf. You know how I say the Rhydon is bad? Let's just set up withdraw on it. Wait, no, that doesn't help. No, it does help. It does help for the Gyarados. Look at how bad this Rhydon is. It's just like spamming things like Fury Attack, Tail Whip, Leer. It can't KO us with Horn Drill. Like, it literally cannot get us. We can actually infinitely badge boost here because it has Tail Whip and Leer if we wanted to take a bunch of time, but I don't want to take more time. Now we have ridiculous stats, so we should... Okay, we one-hit the Gyarados. I wasn't expecting them to be quite that good. Okay. Please, Blizzard. Yep, win. 42 minutes and 1 second. 4 resets at level 62. Ha! But... Hey, but hold on, he has 2 moves that can counteract your withdraws. I know, little does he know, they actually help me every time he uses one of them. 2 hours and 37 minutes. This Pokemon is a beast. This Pokemon is a beast, oh my gosh. Screenshot these results and head over to the tier list. Whew. Oops. No, it's L. Blastoise. Game time 2. 2:37. $42.01. 46. Level 62. Resets 4. Blackouts 0. Insert. Then we will change the filter from best attempt to first attempt. Oh, I put it in as the wrong Pokemon. That's Blastoise. Behem is Blastoise. Oops. Anyways, Behem, the Blastoise, got a real time of 42 minutes and 1 second. So in the context of first playthrough, this looks so silly, by the way. In the context of first playthrough results, it is in the A tier, whereas both Venusaur and Charizard were unable to get into the A tier, being just slightly above 45 minutes. Venusaur with 45.07 and Charizard also with 45.07. So Blastoise is 3 minutes and 6 seconds faster than both of them. By the way, I looked at the centiseconds on Venusaur, and it actually should be Charizard in second place for the first playthroughs. It was like 30 centiseconds faster than Venusaur. Venusaur had like 65 centiseconds. No, what was it? Like 35 centiseconds or something, I think. Or no, sorry, 95. And Charizard was 65, so it was 30 faster. So Charizard, so it should be Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. That's the ordering. This is first playthroughs. Going back to best attempts, Charizard 38.27. So Blastoise is better than this with the current results, but not. Oh, and it is better than Venusaur's follow-up playthrough, even with its first attempt. So I think we are going to get Charizard in first place, Blastoise in second, Venusaur in third right now, unless I'm able to get some kind of miracle second run here with Blastoise. Let's try and figure out how that can be possible. I have to make this window look better. We also had some kind of wild error occur during this stream right here. Like, it said I picked up a bunch of items and used a bunch of items and then didn't on the first champion reset here, so we're just going to delete all of that. Bye-bye. Okay, now we're ready to name this Red Blastoise 1 4201. And then this is the streamed version, so we'll add a little R at the end, which means refined. How many withdrawals in Sabrina would let you one-shot Venomoth with Surf? Good question. If you have questions like this, ask them in the chat, and then we'll go through and we will test all the damage ranges. So, current question. How many withdraws on Sabrina would let you one-shot the Venomoth with Surf? Which is going to allow me to bypass the annoyance of getting hit by Stun Spore and then losing to the Alakazam. Venomoth is tough. We're going to need 3 54.4% chance, and 4 gives a guarantee on all of her Pokemon, by the way. One thing to check, do we level up during this battle? We do not, so if we do 4 withdraws, we will sweep her entire team. Yeah, setting up Withdraw on Mr. Mime is free, I agree. Its only damage dealing move is Confusion, which deals between 11 and 13 damage. That's damage. 8 to 9%. That's with 4 withdraws. Do I one-shot the Kadabra? Yeah, I one-shot the Kadabra without badge boosts. So I think this fight's obvious what I should be doing. I'm going to make a little note document just to write down strategies. But Sabrina, Oko, Kadabra, set up for Mr. Mime, KO all. Simple. Okay. What are other questions? What about Blaine? No, I'm kidding. Not Blaine. Oh, does Dig save time on any of the battles? Yeah, that's a good idea. Because, like, we could compare Body Slam with Ice Beam's damage for Rival 4 and 5 and 6. Nope. Rival 4? Let's do this comparison. So we're not going to teach Ice Beam, we're just going to... Oh, well, we will teach Ice Beam, but I'll just move it over a different move. We'll put it over Dig. Yeah, Gyarados is way fast. Well, not way faster. 54% chance to 2-hit, whereas Ice Beam is 28%. That's honestly not that much better. I thought that was going to be like a 2-hit and this one's a 3-hit or something. The Pidgeotto has Sand Attack, so I don't want to set up withdrawals on it. Gyarados is spamming Bite, I think, and maybe Dragon Rage. So we might be able to set up withdrawals on it, but that doesn't help with Ice Beam. Yeah, we want Dig for the Chandler's Ghastly for sure. Let's move Ice Beam back. We're like trying to make this fight faster, but like it's still not difficult. It's just slow. Yeah, Dig helps in the overworld too. We really don't want to get rid of Dig because there's overworld time savings until we've beaten both Blaine and Sabrina. Once Blaine and Sabrina are defeated, then we can teach Earthquake in the place of Dig if we really want it. Although sometimes Dig will also have utility against Lorelei because she's more likely to use Rest on turn 2 with Dugong. And I think that for Lorelei it makes sense to keep Dig. So we might want to teach Dig, like this is the same as Charizard, but we might want to teach Dig Earthquake over Dig once we defeat Lorelei and move on. But like, do we need to change it at that point? I don't know if we need to change it at that point. Oh yeah, I do need to take out the extra trainers. I forget which ones I fought. I fought the one guy in Giovanni's gym by accident. This guy. Did I fight anyone else? Like, I don't think we're going to fight the hiker in Mount Moon, even though he's really fast. Just like, why would I? Right? This levels us up after the Kadabra, right before the Mr. Mime where we set up. Perfect. No, we can't avoid. We can delay Ice Beam until after Lorelei, but if we're gonna teach it before. I didn't pick up Rest. I didn't fight the guy. I think I only fought... Oh, the Sylph Scientist. Yeah, there's Sylph Scientist as well. This is not a blackout. No level up in Sabrina, it's fine. Sylph Scientist. This guy. This levels up for the Alakazam. Yeah, teach Mimic over Dig at Lorelei. Then Earthquake over Mimic before Agatha. Yes. This is correct. Yep. Provided we have to check. Wow. I don't know why. We had some problems with the software this time. A bunch of stuff didn't record correctly here. We're definitely not blocking out. We're definitely not doing all that. Lance here. We're gonna, instead of doing Blizzard, we're gonna do Ice Beam. Ice Beam. Ah, I can't teach it. Why can't I teach it? That's weird. Oh, here we go. We already have it. That's why. We just one hit. Simple, one hit. Ice Beam is like gonna 4-hit the Gyarados. That should be fine. First Lorelei, just spam Withdraw, then Surf, then Mimic Amnesia. Yeah, I agree. Like last time I was trying to preserve my dig attack as much as possible, but like there's no use doing that. If the Dugong's just gonna spam Growl, like it doesn't matter, right? I guess it could use Takedown and Rest, but it's not gonna use Aurora Beam. And then we have a 3-hit. After 6 withdraws, we have a 3-hit and a 2-hit. And then we just get Amnesia, and then we just walk over her. That fight's actually easier than it is in yellow. Significantly so. Yeah. I think also, like, I'm prioritizing... This is an interesting difference between red and blue, which is why I'm doing this series, because I think there are a lot of things to be learned, especially when going back and forth between these games as a player. I think it's a little bit reductive to just say, like, yeah, the games are pretty similar, or, oh, no, the games are quite different, like, the teams are different. They play pretty differently, but overall, it's the same kind of thing. Like, Blastoise should get a similar result. Like, no. That's definitely too... It's like, that's oversimplifying something that's very complex. In this case, I'm thinking I need to use Dig to play around the Dugong, because in yellow that's very important, because later in the playthrough, Pokemon like the Slowbro can be still incredibly scary. But in this case, it's going to use either Growl or Amnesia. That's it. It's just going to use Growl or Amnesia. And the Dugong is only ever going to attack with Takedown, which doesn't matter if I'm spamming Withdraw. So, like, I don't need to actually play as carefully with a water type against Lorelei as I would in yellow. So then I get stuck in a bias. The bias from yellow that I've inherited is like, oh, I should hold on to Dig. It's very important to hold on to Dig. I don't need to worry about that. So I can, like, Dig is not important for Lorelei. Deadpool, I've been so busy. I haven't watched any of J-Rose's videos in months now. So I don't know. I haven't seen what he said about yellow. Getting all this random stuff just sneaking in. I don't know what it's doing. Okay, I think there's a couple other things. Wait, I missed it. Are we keeping Dig? No, we're giving up Dig for Lorelei. We can teach Mimic in the place of Dig for Lorelei. Mimic over Dig for Lorelei, and then Earthquake for Agatha. Earthquake over Mimic for Agatha, And then we have Ice Beam for Lance. We do need to do some rerouting of experience here, though, because the rare candies before the rival at the end of the game may slow us down. It's making things like Sabrina harder than they maybe need to be. Like, we can go back, and likely we're going to be able to use rare candies earlier on, because we thought, like, the rival in Sylph, he's kind of scary. We went into this fight at 37. Well, we will if we take out the scientist and the other stuff before. We'd be 37. How close to leveling up are we at there? I can't see because of the aspect ratio. Sorry, it's going to look kind of weird, I think. Oh, no, you're going to be able to see it. Good. We are 3% towards the next. We need 3 more percent. And then we get 38. So it makes sense to fight one trainer, probably the hiker. This will probably level us up to 38 before. No. Are you kidding me? He doesn't give enough experience. Wait, what? Oh, that's after the rival. That's after the rival. Apologies. Take the hiker out. Rival in Sylph before this fight, 69%. Nice. Might as well use rare candies here. So we should have 6. Yeah, we don't have 7. 6. So if we do 6, then we go to 42 before the rival. It gives us a way higher chance to KO the Alakazam right away. We outspeed everything. We're going to 2-hit the Venusaur. Got a decent shot to 1-hit the Pidgeot. Coin flip there. Gonna hopefully knock the Gyarados out in 3 turns instead of 4. Yeah, this looks better and less sketchy. Actually, wait. What if we finish Koga, we go back to Celadon, and we fight Erica? Ice Beam 1 hits. No. Ice Beam's going to 2-hit Erica's Pokemon. We're going to do her after the rival. That's fine. Blaine. Then we go to Sabrina. Sabrina, level 46. We level up after the Kadabra with this rare candies. Perfect. Then we set up. But how many setups do we need here? We need less now. We need 3 instead of 4. So this is a minimum battles route. Cool. Minimum battles. And then we're going to do 6 rare candy before. Oh, this is not minimum battles. It's minimum battles plus candies. 6 rare candies before Rival 5. Then Sabrina, Giovanni, easy. Then the rival before the league. We are 49 for that. So we'll probably use 3 more candies here. Two-shot the Alakazam. Do we outspeed it? No, we're under. How close are we to outspeeding that? We should probably just set up during this fight, honestly. If we candy before it... Wait, we can actually do 1 candy before this fight and then just set up somewhere in it. Which Pokemon is the worst? Okay, the Pidgeot is pretty bad. It only has Quick Attack and Wing Attack. Other than that, it's just Agility Whirlwind. So the Pidgeot is really easy. So if we just set up... if we candy only once, we level up into the Venusaur. If we candy twice to 51, we level up after the Venusaur, which is much better. That's much better. So boost, then we can boost against the Pidgeot. And how much do we need to boost? I want to 1-hit the Venusaur. Alright, just set up fully. Rival 6. Set up fully on Pidgeot. Candy to 51 before the battle. What if you don't candy and boost against Growlithe? But why would we not candy? Like, I don't see like why we wouldn't just use the candy. We're not like trying to get to a specific level by the end of the game. We're just trying to make this battle as easy as possible. And I think this works perfectly because then we get a candy and Victory Road. So we have 2 candies left over and then we can candy twice before Lorelei, or candy once before Lorelei, and be 53, which gives us level ups after Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, and Lance. And then we have one more candy for the champion, which levels us up into the Venusaur. But I don't think even if we have more candies there, I don't think we delay the level up. We don't. We would need 4 more candies before the champion if we want to level up after the Venusaur. So that's unrealistic for how good Blastoise is. We're going to have to defeat the Venusaur with it having a chance to attack. And Razor Leaf with a crit does between 77 and 91% damage. So the Venusaur is scary, but it can also attack with things like Mega Drain or Solar Beam or Growth. So I think we still have a good odds of just 2-shotting with Ice Beam. We could freeze too, but... Okay, then Lorelei, 1 candy, Mimic over Dig, Agatha, EQ over Mimic, Lance, Spam Ice Beam, and Surf for Aerodactyl. Champion. Let's quickly look at the champion one last time. I think we almost have everything we need to make this run hit. Wing Attack and Sky Attack. Sky Attack does okay damage, but other than that it has Whirlwind and Mirror Move, so the Pidgeot is once again not very good, and we can probably just set up on it. We want to outspeed the Alakazam because it does significant damage. So if we withdraw 3 times. Withdraw 3 times... wait, can we get better damage range on the Gyarados? Can we 2-shot? Okay, we can 2-shot the Gyarados if we set up to +6 on the champion. We can play that like, contextually. If the Pidgeot spams Whirlwind like 5 times, we get +6. If the Pidgeot spams Wing Attack and crits with it like 3 times in a row, then like maybe we should not continue our setup. I want to badge boost in 1-hit Veno. We can't. We can't. We have to be like 4 levels higher in order to not level up into the Venusaur. So I know that you want it, Zealous-Spawn, but we can't do it. Watch. Right here, Venusaur, when that becomes after final Pokemon, that's when we get it. Right now, starting the fight at 60? No. Starting the fight at 61? No. 62? No. 63? No. 64? Yes. It's just not worth getting 4 more levels somewhere else in the playthrough. Like, we may have a painful reset here to the Venusaur, but I just don't think it's worth it. Because this route is not concise. It's, people say I use that word wrong. No, we need an earlier offset, not extra levels. We will not get 4 levels by moving the candies. I guarantee you we will not get by moving the candies. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, we need to level up earlier. Wait. 1 candy here. Where are our candies? We have 6 candies, and then 2 candies before the rival. That's 8, then 9, and we get 10 here. We have 11 in total. Oh, no, we'll have 10 in total. So the 1 candy before here. This levels us up into the Gyarados if we only use... Are we faster than the... Ooh, damage ranges here are not so good now. But I took out the candy here. Do I have 2 candies here? How do I have 2 candies here? Where did I get another candy? Haha. Yeah, I am going to crit the Venusaur, and all this is going to be for nothing. Wait, where do I acquire item? Rare. Candy. Mount Moon, Cerulean City, Pokemon Tower, Route 17, Silphco, Fuchsia City, yeah. 2 in Cinnabar Mansion. No. Stop it. You're ruining everything for us. Yeah, there should only be 10 candies. So we have one less candy. What is happening? Oh, I'm filtering. That means we do not get this candy for Lance, which means our damage ranges here against him are worse. But we just set up with one withdraw and we're fine. Actually, we want more. We want two, because we want to outspeed the Aerodactyl. And then we level up after. Then we level up into the Arcanine on the champion. Yes! Yes! This is amazing. That's exactly what we need. So if we, because the Arcanine is a fire type and it's terrible. Okay, this is like the perfect synergy. Level up into the Arcanine on the champion. Am I right? Wait. Use rare candies. Stop telling me that I can't use these. Yes, I can. I will have that. That's 6 total. I'll just... Having some problems with the routing software today. Oh, it's because of bag space stuff. Oh, we don't need to worry about that. Plants. Yep. Use rare candies. 8, 9. This is 9 in total. We can skip one. Wait. No. 2, 10. We have to use all 10. Okay, all 10. Then we get Lance. Then we level up into the Arcanine if we use 2 rare candies. 1 rare candy before Lance. So like it's rare candy before Rival 5, 6 rare candies. Then 2 rare candies before Rival 6, 1 rare candy before Lorelei, 1 rare candy before Lance. This gets us level up into the Arcanine on the champion, which is after the Gyarados. So we need to set up for the Gyarados and the earlier port and the Alakazam on the Pidgeot. And to do that, we will need... Okay, 3 withdraws is pretty good. 80 outspeed on the Alakazam and 87% chance to knock it out in 1 hit and a 3 hit on the Gyarados. That gives us 3 more withdraws for the Venusaur, which is not enough to 1 hit. We are not going to be able to 1-hit the Venusaur. All of this is for nothing. We have to 2-hit the Venusaur. With 6 withdraws, well, unless we can find a way to level up into the Rhydon. Because if we can level up into the Rhydon... Wait. That's Gyarados. If we remove this one. We lose badge boosts for Lorelei, but we still have amnesia boosts. We don't really care where we're leveling up in these fights. We level up into the Aerodactyl for Lance, which is unfortunate, but we can always move second against it. We're not going to one-hit the Dragonite, but it has bad moves in this game. This does give us Rhydon. This does give us the level up into the Rhydon. What if I use 1 more rare candy, as Zealous-Pawn was suggesting right here, prior to this fight, for a total of 3. Level up after that, Lapras, Machamp, Gengar, Dragonite, Gyarados. No. So we have to do 51 here, and then skip all candies throughout the league. And then we get Rhydon level up for the champion. Rhydon level up is important because then we can badge boost on the Pidgeot like 4 times. Outspeed the Alakazam and one-shot with Earthquake. Then we level up, Rhydon comes in, and it starts spamming things like Leer and Tail Whip, and we can set up as much as we want. And we will need 6 badge boosts, 7 badge boosts to get the one-shot on the Venusaur. This means we need 2 less rare candies. Which rare candies are efficient to skip? We probably want to skip... We can't skip the ones... Well, we could skip... We're probably going to end up skipping the Warden candy and the Victory Road candy because they save the most time. The ones in Pokemon Mansion save almost no time to skip, and we can't skip any of the ones that require extra trainers because they are prior to the rival, which we are using candies for in the mid-game. So we skip Victory... Like, I think we could probably sit down and think about this for even longer and figure out a way to skip the 2 optional trainers. Like, we probably don't need those candies prior to the rival. We have to do it, right? We can't just, like, see the solution and then not choose to go for it. Yeah, the Warden can... Yeah, but the Warden candy costs more time than the ones in Mansion. Mansion costs, like, 1 second each. And Victory Road costs, like, maybe 10 seconds. But, like, also... Like, the Warden candy costs a lot more, or... Yeah, it costs more time than both of the Sylph ones. And if we pick it up, we ruin our experience routing. So we have to skip a candy, so it makes sense to skip the one that is the most time, which is the Warden candy. But we have to skip 2, Victory Road and Warden. We're skipping both. We can't skip the one in Sylph because that's prior to the rival, where we need 6 candies. This candy is taken from the guy on the floor. So, like, we can't skip the candies before, which require trainers, because we need the candies here. Unless we don't need the candies here. If we don't need the candies here, then we can do it. We fought Koga already, so we have a speed boost. Let's see. At what point do we just stop outspeeding the Alakazam? We drop 3 candies here. Churro's here. Churro's here. Here he comes. So if we have 2 less candies here, we remove this rocket. The guy in the SSN is faster than that. Well, maybe we just remove that, and then we skip Victory Road candy. Because, like, the Gentleman is so quick. I am aware of the mistake in the... I've been aware of the Claire intro thing for, like, a month. Or, no, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Since the first video came out, I've been aware of it. But, like, I can't change it because all the videos were already done at the point that people were commenting on them. We finished all the videos on December 20th. So I found out about it when the first one went live, and then there was just... I couldn't fix it. All the files are archived and stuff. It would be like so much work to take them out, and I was on vacation, so I just decided not to fix it. Hopefully you understand. Okay, so maybe we do 5 candies here to 42. It does, like, it's... Damage ranges are so much better at 43, but... I did buy vitamins. I bought the maximum amount of vitamins. So I think we do 4 candies here. What, does this mess up our Erica? It does not. Plain is easy. What about our Sabrina? That's fine. Giovanni is fine. That gets us here. And how many candies? 2. Gosh. 4 candies. 2 candies. That's 6 candies in total. That levels up into Venusaur unless we do 3 candies here. Which levels up after Venusaur. That is a total of how many candies? 7 candies. Then we get level up into Rhydon. And I calcium twice, yes. By the way, thank you for being one of the 500 people that is currently watching me talk about math. It's amazing that you're all here. I really appreciate the fact that we can all just nerd out about these awesome games. and try and figure out the way for every single Pokemon to beat the game in the fastest possible time. It's really fun. We're going to do all this work, and then like 2 weeks later, someone's going to come and get a way better Blastoise time, and I'm going to be crushed. But that is life. That's how that's how these things work. So this gives us this hilarious synergy where we can set up on the Rhydon, and we cut 2 trainers. And we have a simpler route now because we only use rare candies in 2 spots. 4 rare candies before the rival in Sylph. 4 rare candies. This is now minimum battles, I think. No, except Body Slam guy. Minimum battles plus Body Slam guy. Do we need Body Slam? What do we need Body Slam for? Why not just use Dig? Yeah, everyone. It would make my day if you could just look over whatever device you're using right now. There's a tiny little thumb button. If you just press that, it makes me happy. You don't have to. If you just want to chill out and, you know, you're just enjoying watching and listening to my smooth, calming voice, that's also okay. But it would really make my day to see that number jump up in a totally arbitrary way. But Body Slam, but we're not having Body Slam by that point because the moveset will be Withdraw, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, and Dig. So we're not even using Body Slam for the Gyarados. It's okay if you dislike the stream, that's also good. It's actually really interesting because the dislike button is helpful as a creator because you notice the stuff that people don't like. There's also always around 20 to 25 people that dislike my videos. I always wonder who those people are. Like, is it people who like my stuff who just don't like a particular video, so then they press the dislike button? Did I make a mistake and then they press the dislike button? Or are there 25 people that hate watch my stuff? If there are 25 people that hate watch my stuff, like, wow. I don't know, I feel like I've made it then. Now, what if we cut out the Body Slam guy? But this is what happens. Wait, okay. I fight the youngster, but we just don't need the youngster. We just don't teach Body Slam. Bye-bye. We have a physical... We can just keep Mega Punch, right? Whatever, we got a physical move. That's fine. We don't really need Body Slam for anything. We save a battle. Do we still level up in all the right places? No, we don't. We are 1 level lower for the rival. I can't see... I have no idea who likes the video and who dislikes the video, but I can see that there are dislikes. Our War Turtle routing in yellow didn't have Body Slam, yeah. Okay. Maybe the solution... Which rare candies are we skipping? We're skipping the Gentleman Candy. Right? Oh, I'm starting to get all turned around here. No, we're taking the Gentleman Candy. We're skipping Machoke Candy. No Machoke Candy. I hate that. If we put the Machoke guy back in, then we get the right... Oh, flexing the 4 guy. Yeah. This is a good idea. So there's a hiker here. There's this guy who has Rattata and Ekans, or you can fight a hiker on Route 25. This hiker has 3 Geodudes and 1... He's like the seismic toss guy. So we can fight him, get a little bit more experience, and yes, that gets us 51, with only 7 rare candies for the total route, finishing the game at level 57. Level up into the Rhydon. We're gonna get outsped by the Aerodactyl on Lance's team, which is frustrating, but like that's the compromise we have to make. Oh, we need Earthquake. Yeah, we do need Earthquake. Good point. So we have to fight that rocket to get the Earthquake, which gives us another candy. What should we do with the candy? We don't want to use it before the champion. We don't want to use it earlier here. What if we use it here? What does this do? Ruins everything. Level up into Arcanine. Candy. Wait, that candy comes before the rival though. What if we cut out the gentleman now? Boop, boop. So we get the Machoke guy, but not the gentleman. So it's 1 optional battle. Yes, that gives 51. That gives 51. And we cut out a gentleman who has 2 Pokemon for the Machoke guy who only has 1. But I still think it's going to be 2 turns. But there's like less Pokeball animation and stuff. So a small like frame time save. Can we take out the 4 Pokemon hiker now? I don't know if we can. Let's just see. Because the Machoke might give enough experience that we can like root in the guy who has... no, we don't want the Mount Moon hiker. Definitely not. This hiker? No. Yeah, the junior trainers are the hiker. Yeah, we still get 51. Yeah! Okay. We got a really good route, I think. I think this is an excellent route. Okay, so we're going to be using Bide strats for Misty. I think that'll speed her up just a little bit. Minimum battles through everywhere until we get to Sylph, where we fight the guy for the Machoke guy to get a candy and to get Earthquake. Then we use 4 rare candies after the Arbok guy to get to level 41 before fighting the rival in Sylph. After that, we are going to fight Erica, Blaine, then Sabrina. We only need 3 setups on the Mr. Mime to KO all of her Pokemon, including the Venomoth to avoid Stun Spore, annoying grass type. Blaine, then we fight Giovanni. Then we level up 3 times from 48 to 51 with 3 rare candies. So we level up into the Venusaur on the rivals team, or after the Venusaur on the rivals team, maintaining our badge boosts, which we can set up on the Pidgeot. For Lorelei, we teach Mimic in the place of Dig, which allows us to steal Amnesia after setting up fully on Withdraw against the Dugong. We replace Mimic with Earthquake for Agatha just to make that fight a little bit faster. And then for Lance, we have access to Ice Beam, but we do level up into the Aerodactyl. Setting up with Withdraws helps. The only way I think we lose there is if we get crit. Finally, the champion, we level up into the Rhydon where we can badge boost, and we need to badge boost, I believe, 7 times. Once we badge boost 7 times on the Rhydon, which is it using Tail Whip or Leer 3 times, so it's not that long. Once we badge boost 7 times, we should one-shot the Venusaur. 78% chance to one-shot the Venusaur. Mega Punch is slow for Misty because she has an X defend. As you saw in my last fight, go back and look at the stream from earlier. I missed so many Mega Punches and it took forever. Bide is great because Misty's Starmie in red and blue, unlike yellow, does not have Harden, so it just spams tackle against water-type Pokemon. So you just use Bide and then accumulate a bunch of damage and knock it out over like 3 turns, which is faster than Mega Punch. Mega Punch is faster for the Staryu, so we'll Mega Punch the Staryu and then we'll Bide the Starmie. Okay, I think we got the strat. This is the strat. This is totally the strat. Yeah, the Rhydon is terrible. Yeah, we're in red and blue because there are no risks. It's like, this is gonna be, it's like easy. So it's just like, do I not wander into the wrong locations of the map? Blastoise is doing very well. We're about to do the follow-up playthrough, and I think it's going to get an excellent time. I forgot to record the replay file for the first run. Oops. I guess we can't recolor that one. I'll remember for the follow-up. I got a new route here. Enable recording. Okay. Thanks for the likes, everyone. That was like 60 likes. So I was only able to convince roughly 10%, 15% of you. Okay, here we go. Focus mode. Engage. There is something really satisfying about playing red and blue where you're just stomping all the enemies. It feels much like the victory lap through Kanto in Pokemon Crystal, where none of the trainers are really going to stand a chance against you, even if you're using something bad like Apom. Oh, the growl on the Bulbasaur is a bit annoying. It's going to slow us down. Oh, sorry. I'm going to restart this one. I want to make sure we're comparing to the previous splits that we just got. We were still comparing with the wrong run. There we go. Now we're comparing to the Blastoise splits that we just collected. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, Nev, you also caught it. Good. Hey, Churro. It's not food time yet. It's not food time yet, buddy. Are turtles shellfish? I don't think so. Are they? Someone let me know in the comments. We need accurate data on that. Accurate information. Oh, the growl turn once. Annoying. Maybe it makes sense to tail. I don't think so. It probably just wastes more time. We should like hope that we get a crit or something to speed things up, but we don't. It's fine. Turtles are not shellfish. Yeah. So why is Blastoise the shellfish Pokemon? Oh, that's a good idea. Use water gun if it growls. If it growls twice, that's a really good idea. They're amphibians. Yeah, exactly, right? No, don't turtles... I think they breathe through their skin, like a frog. Maybe I'm wrong. Turtles are reptiles. No one knows what turtles are. Okay, good. This is why I didn't do biology. Crit. Crit. Want to faster. Yes, crit. 3 turns instead of 4. 60% chance to get that. 59% if we want to be really accurate. And I do want to be really accurate. This early game is so easy. Look at this. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I really like using that guy to bonk into to get around the top of the mart. As soon as I started going around the top of the mart, my routing improved in this section of the game. It's a lot easier. But for some reason, as a kid, I always thought I had to go under the mart. So that's been my route for a long time. There is one minor optimization that may be able to be made with the Machoke trainer, depending on how much experience he gives, which is we could potentially skip fighting the bug catcher here and fight the last, but I don't think we're going to gain that much time by doing this. It does take 2 shots to knock out most of his Pokemon here, which is annoying. Also, you can get poisoned like that, which is going to waste a lot of text time. We're probably negative like 3 to 5 seconds because of this. It's not a lot, but it is a thing. Well, we can teach Bide now while we're in the menus. Oh, I forgot Pokeballs. Again. That kind of mistake in a second playthrough, no, it's not good enough. Oh, why is it the shellfish Pokemon? This bothers me. Yeah, Pewter is so much better. No, Pewter is so much better. Oh, this was a better Brock. Or better Bulbasaur. No, the Paris thing wasn't fixed. I'll have to fix that later. It's not I can't fix it right now. It will take too long. I don't actually know what's causing it. Don't read chat. Yeah, Pewter is better because of the mart placement. It takes less steps. And you can buy potions. You cannot buy potions in Viridian City. Not relevant for every Pokemon, but relevant for some. Yeah, crit. I think Tackle does a little bit more until you get hit by 2 Growls. Mart. Thanks, Google. Telling us about turtles. And some through their butt? What? I gotta look this up. This is amazing. Let's just imagine Blastoise breathing through its butt. This is what all of us need. Come and crit. Oh no, I'm not using water gun. Silly me. Ah! Silly sign. I only have a 63% chance of knocking out that Geodude in 1 hit, by the way. But a guarantee on the Onix. 1 second faster than last time. Cool. So, apparently going over the top of the mart is actually bad in red and blue, despite what I was saying about it. Don't do that. There we go. Better. Yeah, I think the redesigned trainers on the right-hand side of the screen are working really well. Again, let me know in the comments, depending on what your preferences are. Maybe cross-reference this, the Charizard video, and my previous work to see all the different layouts that I've done over on that side of the screen. I do think this one balances all of the things in the best possible way. Also, this is getting kind of sketchy. We're just going to push on and hope. Like, if this is... Yeah, okay. If that was paralysis there, it would have been really bad. But we should be fine now. The Caterpie is terrible. I know everyone likes the speed on the bottom. I'm not putting it back. Sorry. It's always going to be beside HP now. I have been over this so many times. That is one change I'm unwilling to make. Weird stats in the top row, attacking stats in the middle row, and defensive stats on the bottom row. Uh-oh. 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 Are you kidding me? I'm gonna lose my mind. Am I gonna have to restart because this thing breaks out all the Pokeballs? I think so. Nope. We get it. Was that the last ball? I don't know. If it breaks out. Yeah, crit rate is taking the place of special defense because I want to show the crit rate for Generation 1 because it's a fixed stat, but... So apparently the Geodude does work. I'm going to buy like 15 Pokeballs this time because we don't need potions with Blastoise. Just not have that happen again. You have to remember there's a certain amount of like parallelism that I want to create between generations in these games. Because I'm trying to visually represent something that's slightly different in all the generations. So I have to find like a compromise that works well for all of them. Putting crit rate down there is a compromise that works well when moving to all the other games. I'm gonna stop restarting if I get to Misty. I know I don't need Geodude, I turned it off. It was a mistake. I turned it on last run because the Paris just wasn't showing up, so I was like, well, I'll get a Geodude, and then the Geodude didn't show up. Yes, I want to go here. No, I'm not changing the catch rate of Pokeballs to 100%, that makes no sense. Each Pokemon is differently suited to catching HM users. That is a part of the skill of solo runs. Changing the Pokeballs to Master Balls, all the Pokeballs being catch rate Master Balls, doesn't make any sense, because then Pokemon that have moves like Spore or Sleep Powder don't gain an advantage. And Pokemon that have weak moves that they can chip away at their enemies, like Constrict, also don't get an advantage. But powerful Pokemon like Mewtwo get a big advantage, because they just get a free Master Ball. Even though they can't damage the Pokemon. So I will not be updating Pokeball's catch rates. I only change things that are unrelated to the Pokemon's RNG. Unrelated to Pokemon RNG is how many times do wild encounters show up in Viridian Forest, for example. I don't want to take away RNG that is related to the Pokemon species. I think people sometimes misunderstand that I don't like RNG. I like RNG, but I like RNG that gives us accurate results about the Pokemon. I don't like RNG that is just completely random, like walking through a patch of grass and 10 Pokemon show up for one species and 1 shows up for the other species. Nothing differentiates those. Like, if I have a repel, then it is species determined because the species level is going to shield you from the Pokemon. So if you have a medium slow growth rate or a fast growth rate, you're more likely to block higher level encounters, whereas if you have a slow growth rate, you'll be at a lower level and you're less likely to block wild encounters. So that's why I don't turn off encounters after I get access to repels. Yeah, and like Surge's trash can puzzle in yellow version, sometimes the second can is never assigned. Like, you can literally just click until you until it resets. You could save, and there is no second can. It's silly. So, like, if one Pokemon takes 30 seconds to do the trash can puzzle, and the other Pokemon takes, let's say, 10 seconds to do the trash can puzzle, like, that's not a differentiating factor between the two species. Yeah, Bubble and the Spearow. Let's see. No. See, this is the thing. Like, Bubble is not weak enough to weaken the Spearow. Don't know why it's one blackouts. Interesting. There's a glitch. I'll have to fix that. Oh! Remember when Ike the Killer was like, now it's all down to execution. Oops. Yeah, and like here, like if, for instance, say I'm gonna like one-shot the Pokemon because my Pokemon is too powerful. If I'm gonna one-shot the Pokemon because my Pokemon's too powerful, then I need to buy more Pokeballs. But if I know the Pokeballs are Master Ball encounter rate, I only never need to buy one Pokeball. And then the amount of money that I have to spend on Pokeballs during my route is different, which means I can buy maybe, let's say, one more vitamin later on. That changes a lot, and I don't think it's okay to just change that RNG. I think that the Pokemon should have to play and do the skill-based test of catching the HM users. I think the HM users showing up in the first place shouldn't be RNG. Every Pokemon should get the chance to encounter the HM users first encounter in whichever patch of grass they're in. But then from there, the species has to take the wheel. I feel like I'm not communicating this clear enough because I constantly get questions about this and people are just like so confused. I don't know. I feel like I'm being clear about it. I don't know. Maybe I need to like try and frame it in a different way or communicate about it a little bit differently so that people will understand. Because I think people just think I'm changing RNG because I don't like the RNG or because I want to do like less playthroughs or something. It's for scientific accuracy. It's not you. Okay. Good. Okay. Ah, the poison on the Weedle. Annoying. That's why I pick up the antidote. So we can keep going. Catch traits do not differ based on the Pokemon I am using, no. But the catch rates differ because I will be able to weaken some Pokemon and not others. Okay, this Brock was really good. 2 seconds faster. Blastoise is pretty consistent to Brock because it's minimum battles, so there's not a lot to differentiate the run up until this point other than just getting crits. These might not be necessary. I've been talking about that all week with Red version. Let's go! Route 3. Yeah, status condition, HP remaining, those things affect catch rate. And then the catch rate of the species that you're fighting. So that's why I keep saying, like, catch the Geodude instead of the Paras, because the Geodude is easier to catch because of its species. Whereas the Paras is harder to catch, and I think it's rarer in Mount Moon. Good, no poison. I don't want to open my bag again. 54% chance to one-hit this. Got it. 34.8% chance to one-hit this. Got it. 2 crits on those. Perfect. Nice and quick bug catcher. These I have to crit to one hit. Yeah! 1-hit crit. Okay, we get another one. Yes! 4 crits in a row. Perfect. So that saved 4 turns. First ball. Nope. Second ball? Yep. Much better Spearow. Essentially, I want to play the game around the species, not around random RNG. Like, I want to really accurately figure out which species are better. And so some RNG needs to be accounted for, and other RNG needs to be left as is. Okay. Mega Punch. Skip this hiker, saving a small amount of time. This game feels so smooth. It's like very much more satisfying to play when compared with Yellow. It feels like going on stage and performing a piece and hitting every note correctly with like perfect expression and dynamics, and just like you're just one with the piece. You're like, I am Beethoven. That's how it feels to play red version. And then you play Yellow and it's like, actually I'm making mistakes everywhere. I think everyone knows there's squeaks. Nothing is working well and I look terrible. My shirt has a stain on it. Level 17 after Super Nerd. Okay, cool. I almost clicked on the Helix fossil. That would have been a disaster. We would have to restart. Yeah, bide for Misty. I'm going to teach it after this fight. When I see it, when I save. I forgot to teach it when teaching Mega Punch, but that means we can do this. If we put a move into the first slot, then that is the move that we will teach when we spam A. So we can't be inaccurate. No potions. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go. Oh, am I gonna... Okay, 2 hit the Staryu. And then bide on the Starmie. Attack me. Attack me. Yeah. Crit me. Yeah, bye-bye. Very fast. 40 seconds faster this time than last time. At this split. It's a big improvement in time in the early game. You can one-shot the Starmie too, just so you know. Because like it could crit a bunch of times or something like that. Then you can actually just teach Bubble Beam in the place of Bide if you put it in the top slot. That's really efficient. There's a chance to one-hit this if I crit. Venusaur using Leech Life on the Abra is probably the most painful thing that's happened in this red series so far. It took so long to knock it out. And I needed to stall so that the Charmander wouldn't get me. Whoa, 2025 and seeing Bide have use cases. I know, right? Bide, I love it. This is one of the reasons I really love these solo challenges, and it's so much fun just playing them over and over and over again. It's really, really satisfying when you find niche uses for weird stuff like this. I love it when a move like Bide comes through and is the answer that I need. That's just satisfying. Oh, we could have also considered fighting only Onyx guy instead of the guy for the Elixir. That's another small optimization that's possible here for Blastoise. That's going to save like literally 3 seconds. I don't think it's worth doing over and above what we've already done. I haven't checked the experience either. Maybe it's not possible. But like we could not fight this guy and we could fight the other guy who has 1 Onyx. There's just a little bit less experience and a little bit less battle, but because we know we don't need to fight the hiker here. Yeah, don't forget escape rope. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the Elixir is good in case of emergency, you're right. Like, you Gen 1 miss and you have less uses of Bubble Beam. Although I can be using Water Gun more to one-shot a bunch of stuff like these Pokemon. I don't think I need the Ether, so I'm not going to pick it up. Because I have the Elixir and I can use that. Oh, and I get Bite. Cool. Okay, escape rope. Where are you? Well, that. Then that. Oh, I guess I don't even need the elixir. I used it, then I healed. Like, silly play, don't do that. Yeah, we're gonna skip Body Slam. Bite is better here. It's slightly more consistent over 2 turns when compared with Mega Punch, even though Mega Punch deals more raw damage. Mega Punch has a 76.1% chance to 2-shot, whereas Bite is guaranteed to 2-shot. There is an example of being able to weaken the Pokemon with the Solomon that I am using to get a more guaranteed and faster catch. Hopefully everyone sees that. Whereas if I'm like Charizard, that's harder. So having a Master Ball Pokeball means I buy 2 Pokeballs and then I'm done. I don't have to think about it, but it's related to the solo Pokemon. Ah! That NPC is rarely annoying. She's not like the girl in the Celadon department store. She is rage-inducing. And the guy on Route 1. Oh my gosh, that guy is so frustrating. This feels weird. You just beeline straight for the rival. Cool. Bite is not dark, but it's still good. Uh-oh. Now we're fine. This is a wild surge time. This is so good. Yeah. I could get one miss. I'm gonna save. I'm pretty sure I outspeed the... Yeah, I outspeed all. I outspeed the Raichu by 1! Amazing! 1 minute and 34 seconds ahead. Blastoise is crushing this challenge. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have so much snow up here. So much. Just in case. You don't want to Gen 1 miss on the Oddish, get paralyzed, and then waste a bunch of time trying to get through the rest of her team. And yes, I have to use Dig here, unless I want to chance Mega Punch, but that's not safe. Yeah, I wish I could send some snow down. To be fair, I like the cold weather. It's nice up here. You just get all snug, get your Gengar Udi on, some slippers. Now this is one reason where Body Slam is a little bit better, the Slowpokes here, but it's not going to change the number of turns in ideal scenarios, and I don't think it's worth the extra optional battle. Also, Bite, only 10% chance to flinch in Gen 1. %45% chance to knock this out, got it. 78% chance to knock this out, got it. Oh. Oh, Vancouver, nice. I'm over the mountains from you. In the prairies of Canadian Texas, Alberta. A guarantee on this Oddish with dig. I almost picked up the ether. So glad I didn't. Wait, what? Did it quick attack me? Why did it attack? I feel really warmed up today. Like, I actually feel like my overworld play and stuff is pretty crisp. Other than running into that one random trainer. Twice. 2 random trainers this stream. Who am I fooling? You saw it all. All my shame. Every time I didn't use quick attack with Pikachu. And Rattata. And Raticate. Bop. This is bad. Do I have to catch anyone else? No. Bah. Not great. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, I use a controller. I get really bad RSI if I use a keyboard. My wrists just fall apart. My wife really wanted to play the game Warhammer 40k Space Marine, which is like the most testosterone-infused game I have ever played. Anyways, my wife really wanted to play this game with me, so we played this game together. While we're playing it, we just like look at each other or like bump each other and go, man, because it feels like so testosterone infused. Oh my gosh. You're just like, brother. Yeah, you're just like kicking down walls and stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we were playing Space Marine together. It was fun. While we're playing it, I don't remember where this point was going. Well, bye-bye Mega Punch. Interesting there. Yeah, it is manliest game of 2024. Exactly. Anyways, oh yeah, no, it was RSI, yeah. So like, I was playing this game and like, I can do one mission and then my wrists are aching. But I can play like multiple solo challenges with a controller and I'm fine. I should probably learn to play Warhammer with a controller. That would help a lot. My wife kept suggesting it to me. She's like, the controller's easier, you should try it. Because I'm really bad at this game. I'm struggling. I keep dying. She's just like coming over to heal me. Every time there's a meta pack or whatever it is, she's like, there's one over here, come and get it. Thanks. No, it's not that I need to play more with a keyboard. It really is not. I have played many games with keyboards, and they always mess up my arms. Typing does cause the same issue, yes. As well as video editing. Space Marine? Speedrun when? I don't know. I did. I used the escape rope and I used dig from the Poke Fan Club. I've learned. Yeah, I play StarCraft. The keyboard messes me up with that game too. Unless I play StarCraft 2, which I have the core set up for and I don't even need to move my hand. Then when I play the core in StarCraft 2, I don't mess up my hand. But it's similarly ergonomically to a controller. We're really gonna figure out where people stand right now because everyone's talking about Xbox and PlayStation controllers. This is the most useless debate ever. Just play with the one you like more. It doesn't actually matter at all. And people can have different preferences. One is not better than the other. I grew up playing Xbox, so I find the Xbox controller more comfy, but I know a lot of people really love the PlayStation controller. This is like people having different rules for Nuzlocke and then complaining about other people's rules. Like, what? Come on. Sort out your priorities in life. Yes, keep juggling. I love when this guy just juggles back and forth and does nothing, and you beat him. I used the full restore here last time too, so I think I'm gonna do it again. I need something to restore my PP. No, if you disagree, you're a bad person for sure. Okay, okay. I think Ice Beam turn 1 on the coughing in case you freeze so that you avoid poison. Because if you avoid poison and you can't one-shot using Dig, then you're more likely to win. Because using Dig when poisoned is not fun. Okay, Koga, easy. Pop, pop, pop. As someone who never had a GameCube, the GameCube controller is a nightmare. There are so many buttons. Although, I have to say, now that I do these videos and I film stuff and need to control things on stream, more buttons are always helpful. But as a kid, I just remember thinking the GameCube controller was so overwhelming. It's like, I keep failing to use that repel. Not great execution there. I'm not saying it's a bad controller. I'm just saying it was overwhelming for me. Oh. Let's go. Yeah, Surf is okay for Blastoise. Surf is only bad for Pokemon that have really diverse move pools. Then you have to be careful about it. Starmie and Lapras are the two really good examples of that. This is the first optional trainer in the run. Good job, Blastoise, being an absolute beast. And we're going to 4 rare candies before the rival. To 41. Imagine if this thing could get Swords Dance. You know, the developers just knew that Blastoise didn't need it. They were like, this guy, he's so good. Look at that level up. So low on experience when we're going to use these candies too. Where are we? Candies, 4. 3, 4. Paper Potion. Rival. Okay, Pidgeot. It's going to be a 2-hit. Or it's going to be a crit. Gyarados is slow, as we would expect. Bye-bye, Alakazam. No Skull Bash. It does not raise defense in Gen 1. Razor Leaf. Darn, crit. First reset. We need the Venusaur to go for Vine Whip or something. Leech Seed. It can. So we have a 1 in 3 chance of losing. I think Ice Beam first turn here because we have 2 turns we can potentially freeze. Uh-oh. 2. Yeah, or you can crit and win, or freeze and win. There's a whole bunch of ways to win here. Blastoise not getting great luck. We also haven't frozen the Gyarados yet. I would like that. Oh, we crit though. 3 turns. Okay, I'll 2-hit that with this. Don't know if you use 2 turns of dig. No, not boost. We could do Blaine, yeah. That is a possibility. Oh, that disable is really mean. We have to have 2 ice beams. We have to reroute the whole run though, if we do it differently. This is why I do multiple playthroughs. Because sometimes you discover something like this, like, oh, he's actually going to be awful here, and you're going to absolutely hate this run if you have to fight the rival in this location. 21 seconds slower. You can definitely beat Blaine first. Like, the problem is the experience routing. We have to go back in and figure all that out again. Oh, no, sorry. No, damage running threshold won't help there against the rival. That's not the issue. The issue is we're taking too much damage. We need to take less damage. Cool. Dead run. Wait, why skip Erica? Because we don't want to hit her Pokemon. And then she crits us with Razor Leaf. Okay. We are going to figure this out with Blaine first. Try and prevent this. So we'll do Koga, then we'll get Surf, then we'll go and do Blaine in, because he's terrible in red and blue. So like, another reason not fighting him, this is like a bit of a bias for me, but like I don't want to fight Blaine because I'm playing yellow. And in yellow he's really good. This will give us 43 plus a special boost. So we will get a damage running threshold here, although it's not really needed. But the special boost will give us massive damage against these Pokemon. And Razor Leaf with a crit does 62 to 73% damage, which is less. That's 4 candies. Erica's going to be trivial after that. Sabrina. We don't level up during the fight, so we don't have to worry about that. This fight against the rival, we do start at 51. Oh, the experience does not change. It just gets reordered. Even though we moved a trainer before the rare candies. That's very convenient. And we still get the level up on the ride-on for the end of the game. Okay, this is a not... There's not much here that we need to do. No. We just surf on Blaine. We just press A on surf. And we win. He's bad. He's really bad in this game. One shot, two shot. That's it. There's nothing that he can do to our Pokemon. We're a water type. This is not yellow version. I actually think that, like, interestingly enough with Blastoise, it feels like Charizard, but like Charizard, there are two trainers, Lorelei and Lance. That's basically the entire run. Blastoise feels like there are three trainers, Rival 5, Rival 6, and the Champion. There's like a little bit of like finesse in all of the other battles, more so than Charizard, because Charizard is so straightforward. But with Blastoise, it just feels like this Venusaur is the thing that like we're constantly having to like figure out a solution for. It's not that hard of a solution in the end, but it is a little bit more in-depth. And I expected that coming into this stream, because Blastoise has Withdraw. Whenever you have a badge boosting Pokemon, it's always going to be more complex to play and root out than a Pokemon that has Swords Dance. The easy way to play with Swords Dance when you're doing one of these runs yourself is just save all your rare candies and then one rare candy before every battle where you think you'd level up. Then you just won't lose speed boosts and stuff like that. Swords Dance once or twice at the beginning of the battle and then win. I don't know if this is going to be... Is the champ hard? You can badge boost forever on Rhydon. It is hard. Like, it's precise. We had to figure out how to get the experience to work out in the right way during the league. Okay, here we go. Would Mimic help? No. It would be epic to get to 100,000 subscribers in a year, but I don't think so. My subscriber growth has been slowing down. So unless we get a lot of new people sometime soon, it'll be a bit before 100,000. Who knows, though? Crazy stuff can happen. It's the internet. Yeah, that crit was great. Yeah, Mimic's a lot better in yellow when the enemies have good moves. It really does seem like Mimic is perfectly positioned to be the hero move in yellow. Whereas in red and blue... In red and blue, it seems like playing a lot more offensively is better. You just want to be attacking as much as possible. This is the last run I have in me. We're gonna complete this one, success or failure. If we have a bunch of resets, it'll be disappointing, but we'll just clock in anyway. I don't have time to do another one. Have to eat dinner with my wife. And then probably play Space Marine. Oh, actually, I promised her I was going to clean a bunch of stuff in the house, so I'll actually have to do that. I eat the same thing for dinner every day. So it's burgers. Burgers. Every day. One shot. That's good luck. One shot. Perfect. 6 seconds faster. This is a clean early game. Very clean. I change up my diet when I like go to eat with people and stuff like that. But normally I remember I watched this. It was what was it? It was what's his channel's name? It's like Autism from the Inside or something. Anyways, I watched this video and he talked about like eating the same meal every day. I was like, that sounds like a dream. I want to do that. So ever since then, I have just been eating the same thing every day. It's not because I'm picky. I'm not picky. I like a whole bunch of different foods, but there are some foods that I just like. Like, it's very much like this channel. I like video games. Video games are great. Oh, we gentlemen missed. Video games are great, but you know what I really like? I really like playing the same obsessive challenge over and over again in the video games that I really like. Yellow, red, crystal, blue. So yeah, I just do that all the time. And so for me, it's like, I really like burgers. Burgers have to be one of my favorite foods. So if I could just eat burgers all the time, then I'm just going to be like the happiest person ever. Hey, it's a good tile to get the Spearow on. Is it going to be first ball? Come on. Come on. Oh. No! Of course it's not. Oh, no. I hate you, Spearow. You're the worst. Okay. It's not a terrible one. Not as bad as before. We're actually going to have Pokeballs for other stuff this time. Chicken burritos for me? Oh, that sounds good. The food I really wish I could eat at every meal is pizza, but when I eat pizza I feel terrible, and then I get like, I break out, and I feel sluggish, and I can't sleep well, and I feel dehydrated all the time. Like, it's genuinely just not healthy for me, so... Yeah, like, okay, this is the thing, is like, with breakfast foods, I feel like it's widely accepted that people just sometimes eat like a bagel every day or whatever, like they have their breakfast food and they just like it. Why is that not acceptable for every other meal? That feels like a weird double standard to me that I don't like. If I tell someone like, oh, I just eat the same food every day for dinner, they're like, you're weird. Like, that's so strange. Like, don't you get like tired of it? Like, no, I never get tired of it. It's always great. It's like, I know what I'm going to expect. I'm going to go in, I'm going to get a burger. It's going to taste a certain way. It's going to be amazing. If you try new things, it could be terrible. That seems like a risk. I also don't eat breakfast. Okay. Misty, let's get a good bite here. Yeah, X defend turn 1, perfect. Bye-bye. Gotcha. Not quite as good as last time, but still pretty good. How do you like your burger? Right now, without a bun. It gets weirder. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it just gets weirder without a bun. It's like cheese, the burger patty, red onion. Red onion is amazing. I love like a roasted red onion. Oh, perfect. That's pretty much it. Then like a little bit of garlic aioli and I'm happy. I feel a lot more bloated when I eat grains, so I just have tried to not eat grains now. No, I don't like steak. It's very different. It's very different. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. when I was a kid, I remember we were just like gonna play a prank on people at McDonald's, which is not genuinely a nice thing to do, but we were like 12 and like didn't know what was nice and didn't know that like fast food workers are like genuinely working really hard for almost no money. Anyways, I remember we were just like, what if we just go in and order a burger without the bun? Like, what will they do? Will they actually like give it to us? They're probably gonna tell us this is ridiculous. We went in, they gave us it. They gave it to us in a little box. A patty with everything except the bun. I remember looking at that thing just going like, wow, this is really strange. Can't believe they did it. Joke's on me now. Up, up, up. There is no rare candy outside the house. What are you talking about? Oh, in Saffron. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I gotta make sure I pick that up. This stream highlight might come out on Tuesday, by the way. I don't know if I'm gonna have time today to do it. Nope, we didn't get it. You know what I think is beautiful about playing these games over and over? Is this feeling when like everything is lining up and everything is working. Like it's just like, oh, I don't know how to describe it. It's really like, it's a really amazing thing. I don't think this KOs. Yeah, no, it doesn't. You ever thought of doing a blindfolded playthrough? No, I have not. I don't think I could do that. There is one person who did Fire Red, though, blindfolded. They figured out the perfect button sequence that would always beat the game. It's such a satisfying video. Alright, let's skip everything on this ship. So we're... Nope! Skip sanity and go into the kitchen. Don't know what I was doing there. Looking for a burger, yeah. Hey, buddy, hey. We don't need body slam. We went over it earlier. Jump back in the stream to see all the damage ranges and stuff when we were discussing it. And remember, we outspeed Surge's Pokemon by 1, so unless we Gen 1 miss, we win. We don't need to heal. Best burger food chain? Oh my gosh, I don't know. That's hard, actually. I really like pub burgers. Like a Guinness and a pub burger. That's a great night. That's the night where I'm gonna struggle to sleep, though. There is no Whataburger in Canada, unfortunately. I have no idea what that is. Well, My saddest time is when it's like the summer and then they take away all the dark beer options. I don't know why. Why would they do that? I don't need like peach beer. Look at that biking. You see that biking? I'm a top level gamer. Oh, that actually did a decent amount. I thought that was going to do way less. Accidentally pressed A. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe we are going to do all these runs in monochrome. I've already got the setup for it. Well, I didn't get the damage range here today. This one's easier. It's 78%. Okay, good. Or it's actually 2 chrome. I don't know how to say that, though, in a nice way. Double monochrome. Bubble Beam, Dig, Bubble Beam for one-shots in this fight. Mega Punch is only 31% against the Oddish, so don't do that. I did take time off after December. We finished all the work in December on December 20th. And then I was taking time off while you were watching all the videos. And then I can come back right away without missing any time on the channel. It's my evil plan. Mwahahahaha. Yeah, Dig just like fills the place of Body Slam. Because we're going to use Ice Beam for the flying Pokemon. Then we save the one optional trainer in the SSN. We don't have to fight him. We don't have to spend the time teaching Body Slam. We don't have to spend the time unlearning Body Slam. There's so many little time saves. Don't block me. Thank you. That girl is so annoying. Ah, talk to the sign. Top level gamer. No, it's not this one. It's this one. Sometimes I talk to the guy and he's like, hey, you want a guard spec? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not Giovanni. We definitely don't need submission. Who wrote submission? Are you a new viewer? Welcome to the channel. Oh, gosh. Hey, buddy. I put so much energy into that guard spec ad read in the one video. It was, I think it's the my favorite thing that we did in December. Hey, crit the Gyarados. Nice. You have to dig the Kadabra, nothing else one-shots. This is why we need to keep Dig, by the way. 2 shots with both of our other 2 moves, whereas Dig is a 1-shot here. And we get exposed to so much risk if we have to 2-shot those Ghastly. Then you gotta save in front of her. That loses 5 seconds. It's just like not worth it. Especially if you have Dig as an answer. Plus then we give up all the time saves later digging out of locations like Blaine's gym and Sabrina's gym. Yeah, they stole all the guard specs from Sylph when they invaded. That's what they were there for, the guard specs. Like, we need these items. Then we can use them in our secret gym. Like, good plan. Maybe we should just let them do it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep withdraw for badge boosts. We're gonna have one extreme badge boost against the champions ride on 7 times to one-shot the Venusaur. Dig is great. Wonderful move in Gen 1. Terrible move in Gen 2. They didn't give it to the ground types. Poor Dawn fan. You can do either Ice Beam or Bubble Beam on all of these Pokemon. No need to alternate moves and waste time. They came for the Master Ball and then they saw the guard specs. Giovanni, give me this instead. Yeah. No, I want to get rid of those. Thank you. There was one time when I was trying to use a status move on one of Giovanni's Pokemon and he had used a guard spec and it wasn't working and I got so confused. And then I was like, oh yeah, this item actually does do something. Normally, I just see him use it and then I'm like, oh, he did nothing. Good. Let's keep playing. There is one thing here that I could do different, which is Ice Beam turn 1. To potentially freeze them. I would like my dig back, please. Guard spec prevents moves from lowering stats, I believe. And like lowering accuracy and things like that. Oh, does it prevent crits? Maybe it does that too. Oh yeah, it's mist. It's mist. It functions as mist. That's right. It functions as mist. I don't even know what it does. I have never paid attention. The only time I paid attention was during the ad read. This is fine. Dig twice on the muck. Uh-oh, minimize. That's not great. That's really not good. This might be the first loss to Koga today. Yeah, I think so. Ooh. The minimize on the muck, and then I got really unlucky. Yeah. Nothing we can do about that. Hopefully it self-destructs when I'm underground on the wheezing. No, it's not gonna. Okay. So we lost some time there. Yeah, streaming is like, I don't consider myself a streamer, I consider myself a video producer. So whenever I'm streaming, I'm having fun. Taking some time off. Uh-oh. Maybe by the end of the year. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. I've been trying to get better at streaming. and better at talking when there's a bunch of questions and my senses are just completely overwhelmed, because that's what happens when streaming. I'm reading chat, I'm playing the game, I'm thinking about the route. There is so much going on. Usually Churro is screaming or looking at me, hey, the crit there was nice. Instead of 2 turns, only 1. I'm also trying to be more focused on what I'm talking about rather than just meandering all over the place and forgetting what I'm saying, which happened a lot last year. It'll get better over time. Okay, this will level us up to 37. Then we use 4 rare candies to get to 41 before fighting the rival. Oh, I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to go to Blaine next. Good thing we have Dig. We can do it in this order as well. I think it's slightly less time efficient. There's a little bit more like walking on ground. There'll be like 10 extra seconds of walking over ground that'll be added to the time because of this, but it's not worth like resetting the whole run for this. No Ghost Man there. Get a Ghost Man. When was that? That was like this Charizard stream, I think. Oh. That is one downside, I guess, of coming here at level 41. We can run into wheezing. This is why you don't always turn off every wild encounter, only the ones in the early games. We can also fight Erica before the rival, because we're the higher level. So we'll fight Blaine, then we can fight Erica, then we can fight the rival. Might give us like 1 more level or something like that, which could be handy. I'm not going to save for Blaine, he's terrible. No, we don't need Blizzard. We already planned out this route. We don't need Blizzard. Go back, watch everything else before this to get the context as to why we don't need moves or we need certain moves. Look at how bad Blaine is. This guy is genuinely awful in this game. He might be worse than Bruno. He might be worse than Bruno. From yellow. From yellow. I haven't completely lost my mind. Not again. She's not getting me for a second time. We don't need Blizzard, we aren't playing Charizard. Exactly. This is not a Blizzard run. Okay. Okay, so now we have special boost for Rival 5. This is the walking that we had to do twice. Just there. Now it's all back to how it should be. Doing Erica in this order might have messed my Sabrina up, but I hope that that's not going to be a problem. Can we freeze? No. Not great, not great. Should have badge boosted. It doesn't matter, okay. Well, I got through that one with pure luck. Not skill. You're also A. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to hear about that one in the comments. It's not the extra. It's not really the levels that help. The real difference for that fight is the fact that you have the special boost from Blaine's badge. It dramatically reduces damage from grass types. So like the Vine Whip and the Razor Leaf will both do much less. Lapras for strength. Because we need strength for Victory Road. I don't know if we're going to level up here, but we're going to try the strat either way. So it's Dig, and then it's Withdraw 3 times, then knock out the Venomoth in one hit, avoiding Stun Spore, and hopefully one-shot the Alakazam with Dig. I did like nothing. Okay. I should have used Dig there. It's Surf for the Venomoth. Oh. Oh? What? Did I need 4? Well, either way we win, but I probably needed 4. I had to check those calcs. Or did I crit? Oh, Light Screen. No. Light Screen only affects the Pokemon. Light Screen only affects the Pokemon that set it up. When the Pokemon faints, Light Screen gets cleared in Generation 1. Unlike in Generation 2. Everything's weird in this game. Nothing works the way it should. It's like you just click reflect, and then you have like a permanent double the defense for the remainder of the battle. It's so amazing. What a good move, especially for electric types. In yellow version against the champion Sandslash. It is the only way that that game is a little bit reasonable. Look at the time, 29 minutes, Giovanni. This is amazing. I've been talking the whole time too. I'm not even that focused. Okay, so we level up here to 48, and then we do 3 rare candies to 51 before the rival, and that is our last rare candies for the playthrough. I have this in my bag, so I'm just going to use it. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he couldn't even use his signature move guard spec. Now we just set up on the Pidgeot and then we sweep. Because we're not going to level up before the Venusaur. You need level 51 with a medium slow Pokemon in order to do that. It will not work at level 50 as we saw before. Wait, did we get strength? We didn't. We should go back for strength right away. Thank you, everyone. These runs were a collaboration. Look at how close we are to leveling up. Yeah! Okay, very satisfying fight here against the rival. This is a very good catch, yeah. It's painful getting to Victory Road and not having strength. Remember, we don't need this rare candy. It seems really weird, but we don't need it. So we have to walk this little patch of path twice, and we get a wild encounter, just emphasizing the fact that we shouldn't have done things this way, but... This has been clean. This has been a clean run. Outside of that Koga, which was like, there was nothing I could do about that. We have to 2-hit the Muck. So the fact that it used, Minimize, just bad luck. Sometimes Fearow shows up there. It's really funny when it does. I was doing like Iron Bundle or whatever, and I got the Fearow. It's brutal. Crit me with Drill Peck. We don't need the Victory Road candy. Feels very similar to Yellow version's Starmie playthrough that I did. Getting the rare candy there messes up where you level up for the champion, and it makes him harder. Oh no. Yeah, I know the max ether there. I just never pick it up. It's not worth it. Takes too much time. I get it sometimes with really bad Pokemon, if I've used elixirs and stuff earlier. Look at the time. Look at the time. This might be my fastest Gen 1 playthrough ever. Despite the reset. Yeah, there's this full restore outside too. Yeah. I know about that one. I know things. Mimic in the place of dig. Yes. Let's go. Oh, my heart just started pounding so much. Oh, the badge boosts. Look at how good the badge boosts are. Crushing Dugong. Get crushed, Lorelei. It's really satisfying beating her so easily and so quickly with a water type. I'm not used to this in yellow version. Look at this thing. How did it damage me? Oh yeah, there's a weird interaction here. I think it can use water gun occasionally. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. 33-minute and 44-second. This is that split. This split is outrageous. This is the second time I've played it too, like the full run. Again, if anyone wants to figure out which game is easier, yellow or red, it's red. Here's your proof right here. Oh, I forgot to use a Carbos. It didn't matter. I'll use it now. We are 1 speed faster than the first Gengar, which is pretty cool. And we do have Ice Beam for the Golbat, which means we could potentially freeze it. We're going to move second on the final Gengar, because as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, we can see that it outspeeds. Oh, we don't want to hit the Arbok? Oh, 39% chance. I didn't expect that. Okay. Got it. Only 60.9% chance to one-hit that Gengar, so we got lucky there. But still... things going just swimmingly, or just surfingly, I should say. Bad joke. Okay, next. Happy New Year, Scott. Thanks for the $5. Okay, gotta focus. Focus on what? Oh yeah, set up here a couple times. Not to outspeed, but just to get some defense. Then lose the defense, but also to have badge boosts here for the Dragonairs, so I won't hit them. Level up, lose speed. Ha! Okay, Aerodactyl's gonna miss the Hyper Beam. I was concerned about the Aerodactyl this entire time. Then we freeze the Dragonite as well? Okay, cool. 35-minute Lance split. Pretty good as well. Alright, shouldn't have doubted him. Let's go. This is like four withdraws on the Pidgeot. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is so we outspeed and one-shot the Alakazam. We are going to level up after the Alakazam, resetting our badge boosts, and then we are going to continue badge boosting 7 times on the Rhydon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, that's... we got them, but, like, we don't need them. Oh, that crit. Ha! The Hyper Beam did absolutely nothing. 36 minutes and 39 seconds. With 1 reset at level 58. This is 5 minutes and 22 seconds faster than the first playthrough. Yeah, I am so happy about this. I didn't expect this. I honestly thought that Blastoise would be slower. We need the withdrawals to one-shot the Venusaur, otherwise we get completely wrecked by its critical hits, Razor Leafs. So like we were setting up so many withdraws there on the Rhydon, and we specifically planned it so that we level up into that Rhydon just so that we can set up to make the Venusaur consistent so that we don't lose that battle and give up a whole bunch of time. I do want to emphasize the fact that I got a faster time with Victory Bell like 2 years ago in Pokemon Yellow. So even though we see how good Blastoise is here, I just really do want to emphasize that Victory Bell is an absolute monster. Now, I have a theory about Victory Bell, which is there is going to be less to differentiate Victory Bell within Pokemon Red. In Pokemon Yellow, all of the painful things that happen for all of the other Pokemon just allow Victory Bell to distinguish itself as such a superior Pokemon. Whereas here in Red and Blue, where all of the other Pokemon perform pretty well because the AI is just awful and has terrible moves, Victory Bell is not going to differentiate itself quite as much. So I don't think it's going to hold quite as dominant a position within Red and Blue as it does within Yellow. Although I still expect Victory Bell to do very well within this game. 2 hours, 24 minutes game time. Let's look at the tier list. And remember, unfortunately, I entered the first result as BEM previously, so we're still going to have the BEM. I'll fix that later, but there we go. There's Blastoise's first playthrough. Interestingly enough, in both first playthrough and follow-up playthrough, during these streams, Blastoise outperformed both Venusaur and Charizard. So I'm pretty confident now saying that of the 3 starters, Blastoise is best, Charizard is second best, and Venusaur is third. In Red and Blue. I'm pretty confident that that's the way it is in Red and Blue. In Yellow, I'm not 100% sure yet. Again, I have to test it before I'm going to be 100% confident. But let's enter these results and just see how everything stacks up. So we were going to enter these as BEM, of course, because otherwise it will not be, it won't get placed in the tier list. I would need 2 results. I'll go back and fix it later. I guess we have another meme now. The BEM Blastoise. Should nickname my next Blastoise BEM. Ta-da! Blastoise BEM. In first place in Red version currently, it has set a new standard for how fast these runs can go. 36 minutes and 39 seconds from Blastoise. Pretty good. Charizard is behind this by quite a bit. Charizard's time is 38 minutes and 27 seconds, which is still a fantastic time, but another sub 40 time. So in the first 3 streams, we get 2 sub 40 times, and 1 time that's above 40 minutes, but it's not by that much. Venusaur's time is okay, but it's just by far slower in the early game, much more painful to play. Of these runs, if I sat down and played both Blastoise and Charizard, I would expect them to get a similar time if I just knew what strategy to use. With Venusaur, I'm not sure. It probably could get I know it can get a much better time, but how much better is it going to get on average? That's a little bit tricky to figure out. Okay. This has been fun. We have played great Pokemon. We have a whole bunch of space down here around the F and E tier. Next, we're going to play Pidgey and Rattata. It's going to be fun. We're going to get into some bad Pokemon. We're going to alternate between bad and good Pokemon for a little bit to fill out the tier list. So 2 bad Pokemon coming up next, then we'll go back to some good Pokemon. It's going to be fun. Thanks for watching these. Stream highlights will be out in the next day or 2 for this. Expect a video in Heart Gold that is fully produced sometime in the next 2 days. Yeah. Thanks for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Okay. If you made it this far, you're incredible. See you next time.